Welcome back to the Voices of Women Summit, where in honor of International Women's Day 2026, we are raising the voices of hundreds of women so their messages can be heard. Your host for this session is Kimberly Crow. Kimberly is the founder of Entrepreneurs Rocket Fuel and the creator of the Voices of Women Summit. She's got another amazing guest coming right up. Take it away, Kimberly.
Well, I don't really have a guest. It's just me. It's just me and you. And we have a nice small crowd, so we're going to make this a lot of fun. So, for those of you who have never met me, and today maybe your first time seeing me, as like, who is this chick? I'm like the Oprah, right? Like I just interview other people and put them on the mic and give them a chance to be able to share. I've created this event. This is our 6th or 7th year doing it. It's been a joy every time, being able to help other people come to the mic and step up and share their magic with an audience is something I'm very passionate about. Of course, I have tons of men in my community as well. This particular event is obviously honoring women in honor of International Women's Day. I'm super passionate about helping people, all people, men, women, people of color, step up to the mic, grab the mic, and share their message. And there's if you go out there and you try to find inspirational speakers or inspirational international speakers, you're going to find a lot of Caucasian men and like 4 other people. And my passion is helping the rest of the folks step up to the mic and shine, because it's not that they're pushing us out. It's just that they stepped up and started speaking in a bigger way than we have. And so I'm all about helping other people feel comfortable getting on the mic. So if you are a coach or an author or a speaker or a healer or a creative, and you're trying to tell people a little bit more about who you are and what you're up to in the world, if not enough people know about you, I'm all about helping you make sure that you feel safe and comfortable getting on the mic and sharing your message with the world. When people can see your Facebook ad, they can see the Facebook ad and that's it. They don't know your personality, they don't know your style, they don't know how fast you talk or how slow you talk, they don't know what you're like or what your values are. They just see that little Facebook ad. So we're more about like, let's make sure people get to know you, get to know your personality. There will be people that see me and they'll say, that chick talks way too fast. I don't want anything to do with her. And that's fine. They got to be able to self-select out. And there are other people who are like, I love Kimberly's energy. Like every room she comes into, she lights up. And those people will come into my world and oftentimes will stay and become friends, customers, business relationships, and have the opportunity to be able to share more with each other because we like each other, because we saw each other on the microphone, on camera, and we can learn a lot more about a person. There's something that says like 10% or less of communication is through the words that we speak or write. And then there's a lot to do with the inflection of the voice for audio. And there's a lot to do with the expressions of the face, the eyes. And so, unless you're doing video or unless you're doing in person events, unless people can see you and feel you, then you're really doing yourself a little bit less of a service in making sure that people can understand you because you're not communicating fully in all the ways. Now, we're virtual, which means I can't come up in the break and give you guys a hug, which I would love to do. But that's one of the detractors of being on virtual. But virtual allows me to be in 26 countries at the same time. And that I could not do if I was in person, right? So there's a lot of advantages, disadvantages, but I'm just all about if somebody hands you a mic, you need to start saying yes, because that's the way you're going to get seen and heard in a bigger way. And I know some of you are terrified of that. Some of you are like, I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to find the first podcast. I don't know where to go. Like, who's going to want to interview me? How do I approach podcasters and tell them I'd like to be a guest on their show? There's lots and lots of Facebook groups out there. There's lots of opportunities out there. Definitely come to Speakers Playhouse. You're going to meet a whole bunch of podcasters all at once, and they all are actively looking for guests on their show, and you're probably one of the people that they could interview. Come to Speakers Playhouse. We'll put a link for that in the chat. It's an amazing resource. Today, we're going to be talking about the 4 types of stages that every entrepreneur should be leveraging and how to profit from each one. This talk is an hour talk. So if you have to leave at the half hour to go see your other amazing speaker, awesome, go do that. All of the women have amazing things to share. And just be mindful that when the half hour comes, that you're going to want to dip and go to the other one. But you're welcome to stay here for as long as you like. We're going to talk about 4 types of stages. And if you're good, at the very end, I will give you the secret 5th stage that you absolutely need to be leveraging because it is maybe the most powerful stage that you can have. So, stage number 1, we're going to talk about. Now, these are not stages like podcasts or radio shows or web summits or TV shows or Clubhouse stages. Is Clubhouse even a thing? Do you guys know of Clubhouse? Do you know what Clubhouse is? But just put Clubhouse in the chat if you're a fan, or no, that's over if like that's behind us now. I don't know. I'm more of a video girl, as I've said. I don't do audio podcasts just as well. I like to be able to do that. But Clubhouse was an all audio platform to be able to dial in, sort of like teleconference, where people could come in and step up on different stages and share just verbally, and it was kind of a thing. But there's all kinds of stages out there. That's not what we're talking about. I'm going to talk to you about the categories of different stages that you want to profit from and how to leverage them so they become the most profitable. All right. Some of you may have heard this talk before. Don't cheat and give away the stages. Don't do it. Don't tell the people. Like, I know that you know the answer, but we're going to dive deep into them because I've got an hour with you, and we're going to share all kinds of cool ways that you can strategize with them. And then I have some really cool things that I've learned from the internet that I'm going to share with you about maybe why your conversion is a little bit low, why you are worried about, like, why am I not getting sales? I thought I did a really good job with that presentation, blah, blah, blah. We're going to talk to you about some research that has been done on what it takes for people to make a buying decision. So we'll talk about that as well. So that's on the agenda today. I have you for the next 50 minutes, less than that, 48 minutes, and we're going to just have some fun. And then we're going to go to the wrap-up call. You all are going to be able to come on camera and share your takeaways, your gratitudes, and share what you're up to next. So very excited about that. All right, so let's get into it. Stage number 1, the first stage that you need to start leveraging and start profiting from is a speak to sell stage. Speak to sell stage. A speak to sell stage is any stage that you can get on that would be an opportunity for you to make a call to action toward a program, product, or service that you offer. Now, Speak to Sell stages got their name by the big names that were out there that did webinar presentations and or in-person presentations, and they'd have a slideshow. And then at the end of their slideshow, not the end, because it was still going to go on for a while, they would make an offer, and the offer would have, slide number 1, it had all these amazing things, and that was worth $10,000. And then the next slide, and it had all these amazing things, and that was worth $10,000. And the next slide, and it was worth $10,000 as well, amazing things. And then the next slide, oh my gosh, it was worth $10,000, and it was all these amazing things. And if you bought it all right now, emergency, right now, you could get it for the low price of whatever. Yes, and that's a speak to sell stage. And it was. And the good news and the bad news of that is that it works. That's the good news and the bad news. It works really well. Some of my most profitable stages have been stages like that, where I have converted audiences, and those audiences have bought 6 figures worth of programs because the speak to sell definitely works, and it's very powerful. Now, I can compare that to doing a 20-minute talk at speak to sell, or I could do a 90-minute talk, and the speak to sell might generate 6 figures worth of business, or I could do a keynote 90-minute talk and it generates 12,500. And 12,500 for a keynote talk could be awesome. I get it. Totally great. But speak to sell is a huge opportunity to profit from. And if you are not leveraging speak to sell stages, then you may be missing out on potential clients that need your programs, products, and services to solve problems in their lives. So don't shy away from them. But I have great news for you. A speak to sell stage does not have to be one where you put up those slides and you create some sort of false urgency or some sort of, I can't, like you got to do it right now, or you'll never see this offer again, or anything like that. Those speak to sell stages don't have to be like that. A speak to sell stage is really any stage where you put people on their buying journey toward your program, product, or service. For example, you could come on a summit like this and offer a free gift to the audience. And then from that free gift, they go onto your list and they start learning more about you. And they like your content. Some of them drop off, some of them unsubscribe, but some of them really like your content. And they're like, oh my gosh, I love how this person shows up in the world. I think she's amazing. I love her stuff. I love her content. And you're giving them value, value, value. And then, of course, you're eventually going to invite them to something. You might invite them to join a Facebook group. You might invite them to check out your membership program. You might give them a low cost offer, what we call an easy yes offer, where they can be like, yes, I will step into that. That sounds fun and easy and effortless. And then they learn a little bit more about you. And then they come to something that's a little bit more. Maybe they invest in a course with you, or maybe they invest in a higher end mentorship program with you, or maybe they join a mastermind with you. And that's the buying journey. It's not that you need to convert from that first speak to sell stage. It's that that speak to sell stage puts them on the buying journey with you. And the way you do that is you give them, write this down, the natural next step. The natural next step for somebody to take. So the natural next step from a podcast where you're speaking for 20 minutes, getting interviewed by somebody else, you already know that they love the host because they're following the host, but now they're listening to you and they're just getting to know you. They got about maybe 10 minutes of that 20 minutes of content, or maybe 15 if you were speaking a lot. And they got you for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then you're going to make an offer. Now, is this offer your $10,000 coaching program? Probably not. I mean, you can go for it if your host lets you do that. But these people have only known you for about 15 minutes. They've just gotten to know you. So the natural next step might not be give me 10 grand. It might be something in between that. So the natural next step could be come to my website or check me out on LinkedIn or grab my freebie or downloadable. Go to amazeballsgift.com and there will be a great gift for you that you can download now or anytime in the future when this podcast is playing, and you will get a gift from Kimberly. You can also go to Gift from Kimberly and get that gift or a different gift. I think they might be two different gifts. But grab yourself a URL that will be evergreen, that you can always have your latest, greatest, most amazing gift on. So people can watch a podcast and 7 years later, they can go to your whatever website that you said and download a gift. And by downloading the gift, they now get on your list. Now they're on the buying journey. Maybe you recorded that episode 7 years ago, but now somebody brand new that never listened to it before hopped onto your list because they caught that podcast. That is a speak to sell stage that keeps selling for you. It's an amazing opportunity to be able to connect with somebody who is just out there browsing because they were near you but didn't know you yet. They were near you, but they didn't know you yet. Now, if you're wondering how long it actually takes for somebody to make a buying journey, there's actually studies on this. So Google did some studies and found out Google knew everything about us before ChatGPT came into our lives. Google did some studies to find out what it takes for somebody to actually make a buying decision, to buy something, to make a major purchase. So while I'm telling you this, you may be saying like, oh, I love to buy stuff I buy very quickly. Or you may say, oh, no, it takes me forever to buy stuff. I'm not just going to buy a $10,000 program off an ad. I wouldn't do that. Or maybe you're like, if it was the right ad, I would definitely buy a $10,000 program off an ad. Well, think about the last time you bought a car. All right. Car is a pretty significant investment. Even if you bought a used car and it was only 5 grand, or maybe you bought a brand new car, it was over 100 grand, whatever it was, think about the last time you bought a car. You probably didn't spend 20 minutes and grab and just like walk into a shop and write a check and say, just give me the next one off the lot. And then they gave you all the paperwork, and 20 minutes later, you were an owner of a car. Probably did not happen that way, right? It probably took you some other ways to find that car. Maybe you maybe you did some test drives. Maybe you went and checked out a lot of different cars. Maybe you were just looking at cars that were driving by you when you were on the freeway or on the road, and you're like, ooh, that one's kind of pretty. Oh, I like that color. Oh my gosh, I really like the body style of that one. Ooh, that one sounds really good on the road. And you're starting to gather information about what you really want in your next car. You might have downloaded an app on your phone to find you some really good deals. Maybe you set up a Google search and had that search send you deals when they came your way. Maybe you went to certain sites and signed up to give you alerts if a new car came in with the type that you were looking for, the color that you were looking for, the year that you were looking for, the mileage that you were looking for. So you did a lot of research, you did a lot of stuff before you actually made that buying decision. Maybe you also talked to some friends about it. Maybe one of your friends had that car and you were like, hey, how did you like it? And they gave you some feedback on it. Oh my gosh, it rode great. Or, oh no, it was always in the shop. So you're constantly finding information before you're actually ready to make a buying decision. And that, my friends, is what Google found. But they actually found that it fell into certain statistical averages. Certain statistical averages being, what does the average person take to make a purchase? What does it take for somebody to actually pull the trigger and make a buying decision? And here's what they found. There's a magic ratio called 7-4-11. Now remember, this is a statistical average, but I think it'll make sense to you. On average, it takes people 7 hours of research to make a buying decision. 7 hours of research, 7 hours. So if you're on a podcast for 20 minutes, of which you spoke for between 10 and 15, they're not ready to make a major purchase with you. They need a lot more research before they really know, like, and trust you. Now, they may know you, they may even like you, but the trust factor has to be built. And so, what Google found is that it takes 7 hours of research, statistically speaking, for somebody to make a buying decision. All right, so that's the 7. What's the 4? They have to find you in 4 different locations, statistically speaking. So some might need 6, some might need 20, some might only need 2, but statistically speaking, over the wide buying populace, it takes 4 different locations for them to find you. So if you were just on one podcast and you were like, that was a dud, nobody ever bought my stuff, maybe you just need to spread yourself out a little further. But here's the thing. Do you need to be on 4 different places at once? Sort of. What I would actually recommend is that you're on way more than 4 different locations, because we don't know which 4 your customer is looking in. We don't know what, if they're in, like I used to be in LinkedIn all the time. Now I'm hardly ever in LinkedIn and I'm all over Facebook. I don't even know how to spell Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, I probably won't even find you. TikTok is a thing that's way beyond me. And so you've got to be in the locations where I'm going to find you. Where am I going to find you? If I'm your ideal client, you're going to find me on Zoom calls. You're going to find me on Facebook. You're going to find me on podcasts. You're going to find me in in-person events. You're going to find me because somebody else told you about me. You're going to find me in a lot of different locations. So consider all of the different possibilities that you could be on. Now, one podcast is just one podcast, one location. But if you're on 70 different podcasts, then that's 70 different locations. And if you're on LinkedIn as well, and you also have a website, and you also have an email list that you're mailing them, then those are all different locations. So the 4 is 4 different locations. Are you guys like, are your minds blown right now? Are you like, oh my God, I never thought of it that way? Give me a this is great in the chat box, or it's too much in the chat box, or keep going, Kimberly, in the chat box. It's just me and you. So I got to know that there are other people in this room that want me to play along. So type something in the chat box. Let me know that I'm not falling on deaf ears and you guys are with me and you're wanting more, because we got a lot more to cover. Okay, awesome. So Boonmi is here with me. Awesome. She's one of the speakers on the summit. She's so awesome. Kathleen is here as well. She's fantastic. So super glad that you ladies are here. We're going to keep going. So the 7 is hours of research. The 4 is 4 different locations. Where are they going to find you? Lucinda says, making good sense. Thank you. Awesome. And then what's the 11? The 11 is it takes 11 different touches for someone to make a buying decision. 11 different touches for someone to make a buying decision. Now, a speak to sell stage, let's just go right to an example that I have that I think would make a lot of sense with you. First of all, if you're thinking about buying the car, right? Go back and think, like, how long did it really take you to make a buying decision? Now, maybe some of you are saying, I made, it was way faster than that. I knew what I wanted. I walked in, I bought it. It was amazing, right? And some of you are like, 7 hours? Man, I spent months on research. I dedicated whole days to figuring this out. There was way more time in it that I spent than 7 hours of research on a new car, way more, right? And so I would say to you that if you are a person who makes decisions very quickly, that you are probably married to or partner with somebody who drags their feet and takes forever. And if you're somebody who reasonably makes a long buying decision because you want all of the details, then you probably are married to or partnered with somebody who just makes snap decisions in a crazy way. And if I'm right about that, just put "you're right" in the chat box. I would love to know if that is definitely true for you all, because I have found in my research that maybe you're one, maybe you're the other, maybe you're kind of somewhere in between, but you probably are partnered with somebody who is the opposite. So if that's true for you, just put "true" in the chat. Okay. So that's the 7-4-11 principle. And you need to know that when you're doing speak to sell, because I don't want you to get disappointed that maybe you got on a summit and you didn't get enough. You didn't get very many opt-ins, but then the replay was available and opt-ins came later. Maybe you weren't tracking it back to that initial summit. Maybe you were on a podcast and it didn't initially take off because it was a new podcast, but now 3 years later it went gangbusters and everybody went back to watch the first couple. And all of a sudden you're getting all these leads that you didn't even know you were attached to that podcast. So I would encourage you to just get a lot of content out there and make sure that you have a lot of exposure in a lot of different locations so that you can and be consistent with your message, and so that people can learn about you and start building their know, like, and that key one, trust. All right, so 7-4-11 principle is very valid. Let me tell you a story before we get to the other 3 stages and the bonus stage. So the next story is about a speak to sell stage that wasn't mine. I actually had a friend who was a big fan of Brendan Burchard. Do you guys know Brendan Burchard? Just put yes in the chat if you know him. Sort of like a Tony Robbins figure, sort of like a Zig Ziglar, motivational speaker. He's very much in the personal development world. Ed Milet is another one. I didn't know anything about Brendan Burchard. I knew nothing about him. And a friend of mine said, "Hey, you would probably really like Brendan. His message and your message are very closely aligned. You would probably love what he's up to in the world." And I thought, okay, great. Yeah, awesome. I'll check him out sometime. I didn't know who he was. I had no idea he was like the next Tony Robbins or whatever you want to call him. He's a big deal, kind of a big deal. So he said, yeah, he does events. You should go to his events. And I planned to lightly. I was like, yeah, I'll probably go check that out. And then COVID happened, and nothing happened for a really long time. And then Brendan had, years later, had his first event back from COVID in Austin, Texas. And my friend called me up and he said, "Hey, he's got a new event. It's in Austin, Texas. You should check it out." So this was a second touch, right? And a new location and more time talking about this guy. And I was like, all right, yeah, I think I will. I go to the website, new location. I buy a ticket because it's in Austin and I have a friend in Austin and I'll stay with her and it's going to be totally awesome. So I buy a ticket and I'm like, cool website, whatever. The ticket comes, that's another touch. When the ticket arrives in my email box, I open it up and I get the ticket. It's fancy, it looks good, it tells me where to go, what hotels to book at. Then a few days later, there's another email from him and it says, "Hey, here's a video that he just recorded for the people who are attending. We thought you might be interested in learning a little bit more about what he's up to." And then another email comes from him and it's like, "Hey, if you're coming to the event live and in person, we would love to share with you this information about the local area." And it's got like the nearest Starbucks to the hotel. It's super cool. And I'm like, God, I'm really loving this, right? So I haven't even met him yet. I haven't really heard anything except I did watch the video and I was like, "Oh, I do kind of like his style." This is more time, more touches, more locations. Then I go to the event. Now, honestly, I'd never met him before. I'd never seen him perform live. I just heard the video. It was totally fun. But that's all I got from him. So I go live and I'm just looking at the event because I do events and I'm like, how is this put together? What is it? What are they doing for the check-in process? What do the tables look like? Like I'm just like a nerding out all over this about like what events are all about, right? So then we are all waiting in the waiting room. and the doors aren't open yet. And so I start talking to some of the other attendees, and they're big Brendan fans, and they're talking about how amazing he is. And I can't believe you've never been to any of his events before. This is good. You're going to love him, blah, blah, blah. So now more touches, more feedback, more time. We go in. He is amazing. He comes in. He's kind of a dork. He comes running in and dancing and does this weird clappy thing and dances across the stage. And he's hilarious in this dancing thing that he does. Very serious in the talk that he does right afterwards. Talks about fear, vulnerability. Talks about like getting on stage. Talks about start like personal relationships. Talks like all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, dude, I love this guy. Like I'm just sitting in the audience in the back because all these weird people are standing up and clapping and be like totally into it because they're his like entourage, right? And it's thousands of people in the room. Thousands of people in this room, 2,000 or more people in this room. And they're clapping, and I'm a little weirded out, but I'm like, okay, I'm just getting settled. So I'm getting used to it, right? A whole day of content, amazing, right? And he's pouring into us. And on our chairs, there's a journal so we can take notes. It's totally great. It's all branded by him. More touches, more things, more ways to interact with him, more time, right? And then we do breakouts, and I learn from the other sessions like what people are doing and what else they're in with Brendan. And then the day comes to a close. So then I go home to my friend's house, and she's asking me how the day was. More touches, more time. I'm talking about it, and I'm telling her about it now. I go back in the morning, another great morning. He has 2 guests on. After the morning, then we do the lunch break. I go with now like 20 of my new best friends to a salad place, and we go have salad and talk about how great the event has been. And I know what's coming because I do events. We are at a 3-day event, ladies and gentlemen. The afternoon of day 2 is invitation. He's going to make an offer. And I'm like, okay, I can't wait to hear how he makes this offer. Dude gets up on stage, puts up one black slide with all the content, like maybe 5 things listed, and a price. And he talks about a new mastermind he's creating. It's 10 grand. And we're going to meet once a month in LA, live in person. If you can't attend, you can watch it on Zoom. We're going to break bread the night of every night together. We're going to have a meal with him. We're going to get a picture with him because he's a celeb, right? We're going to get a picture with him, and we're going to get a box mailed to us every month of some of his favorite products. And an Apple Watch. I don't know why the Apple Watch, he just threw it in there. He's like, and an Apple Watch. And I could not throw my credit card at this guy fast enough. Now, I really didn't know anything about him. But if you think about it, he covered all the 7-4-11 rapid fire, right? How much of it was his time? He was probably on stage for about, I'm going to guess, probably about 4 to 6 hours the first day, and probably about 2 to 3 hours the second day. The rest of the time was filled with us talking about him, about us doing breakouts, doing lunches, and all of that time that we spent like in the breakout rooms or in the waiting rooms or in all of the other activities that we were doing. It was really an efficient use of his time. He did a 20-minute talk, and in 20 minutes, he converted, write this down, 350 people out of 2,000. Converted 350 people on the spot. That was $3.5 million in a 20-minute talk. Speak to Sell works, and it works really, really well if it's done right. All right? Speak to Sell is a powerful, powerful tool that you're going to want to check out. By the way, it's the top of the hour. If you guys are leaving to go to other people's talks, I will not be offended, I promise. If you're VIP, you're going to be able to watch this on the replay. If you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to miss so-and-so's talk, go see her. She's amazing too. If you have to dip, I totally get it. That said, we're going to move forward because there's a lot more to cover. This talk is the 4 types of stages that every entrepreneur should get on and how to profit from each one. And we're just at stage number 1, which is speak to sell. Now, Brendan did convert many other people after that 20-minute talk. All in all, by the time we were at our first event, I think we had 600 people. So that's $6 million that he generated. And I don't even know how many were online. It was an incredible conversion, right? But I'm just talking about the speak to sell on that actual stage. That is all I had with him, right? But all those touches, all those different places, all that different way I can find out more about him. Now, there were people in there who'd heard about him for ages, and of course they bought his stuff. And there were people that heard about him for ages, and that was not the right offer for them. It's totally cool, but you need to get out there and give people enough content, enough ways to know about you, enough references. Even those first two references from a friend, I didn't even know Brendan at the time. He was just telling me about him. Brendan wasn't anywhere near me at that point, and I was learning about him from other people. So this is a powerful message to learn. What can you do to be known before you're needed? How can you be known before you're needed? And the best way to do that is to get out there on speak to sell stages, get out on podcasts, get out on web summits. If you can get on 2 stages a week, that's 100 stages a year. It's a powerful way to be able to create amazing amounts of content just by speaking, just by telling people a little bit about who you are and how you show up in the world. So think to yourself, how can you be known before you're needed? What can you do? Get on podcasts, get on summits, write content, put out stuff on LinkedIn. What are you going to do to get known before you're needed? What are your more than 4 locations that you're going to get on? You've got to have a website. You don't have to have any of these, but you've got to have at least enough for people to be able to build their confidence and their trust in you. So do you have a website? You don't have to. Do you have a LinkedIn profile? You don't have to. Do you have a Facebook presence? Don't have to. What are the things that you can do, that you like doing, that you resonate with, that you can do to show up? For me, one of the easiest, most fun things to do is to get on podcasts. And if you're VIP, you're getting a ticket to be able to join us at Podapalooza for general admission. We would love for you to step into that and be a part of it. It's an amazing event. And if you already have your ticket, give this one to a friend. Let them experience the joy of Podapalooza. It's totally amazing. You're going to meet 30 plus podcasters at this event, even more in the audience, but 30 that we're featuring. And you're going to be able to make major connections. Podapalooza is a great way to play. We'll put the link for Podapalooza in so you can find out more. If you are not a VIP, you're going to want to be a VIP because the general admission ticket, I think, is more than VIP. Oh, maybe it's not. $79 of your 97 for VIP. So might be totally worth it just to get it for that. If you've never been to Podapalooza before. And again, if you already have your general admission ticket to Podapalooza, give this one to a friend. Let somebody else experience the joy of Podapalooza to be able to get exposure. At Podapalooza, you're going to meet podcasters and be able to connect and be able to get your message out on a variety of different stages very, very quickly. So do check that out. All right. Tell me in the chat what you're going to do to make sure that you're building toward that 7-4-11 principle. What are you creating now to be able to do that? Podcasts, Podapalooza, Speakers Playhouse, networking events. Are you creating websites? Are you creating courses? Are you teaching workshops? What are you doing to be able to create that? Put it in the chat. Let me know that you're playing along with me. So the first stage is speak to sell. Now, the way to profit from that one is to make sure you've got a lot of content out there and that you make a proper call to action. The proper call to action from a speak to sell stage, any stage, including this one. If you're on Voices of Women next time, be sure to drop a gift because that is your call to action, right? For everybody here, you can go grab all the gifts. By the way, they're all in the Facebook group. If you haven't joined the Facebook group right now, go join the Facebook group and scroll through and grab all the gifts that you might have missed from the other speakers. Totally cool way to be able to grab everything all at once. If you are dropping a gift, then that is a natural next step for people to take. It is the call to action that you're making so that people can get on your list and start learning about you and building their know, like, and keyword trust of who you are and how you show up in the world. All right. Ready for stage number 2? If you love stage number 1 and you want to do stage number 1, please put speak to sell in the chat box. Please put speak to sell in the chat box. And if you would like to hear about stage number 2, please put a 2 in the chat box. Put a 2 in the chat box if you would like to hear about stage number 2. All right, stage number 2, for two of you that have put a two in the chat box. The rest of you can plug your ears. It's okay. You don't need to listen. But if you're putting a two in the chat box, then the second stage, I'm just teasing you ladies, the second stage, and gentlemen, the second stage that everybody wants, the one that people are just like, this is the one that everybody is grabbing for the brass ring on the merry-go-round. It is the paid speaking gig. Everybody wants the paid speaking gig. Can you please just pay me to share my juicy knowledge with your audience? Can you just please just write me a check to speak? And while that is a very powerful way to do it and a very fun way to do it, there are a lot of fish in that pond. There are a lot of fish in that pond. So in order to do that, you kind of have to have already done it. Not really, but it's one of those things where it builds on itself. The people who are getting booked for keynotes and getting paid really well are the people who have booked keynotes before and didn't get paid as well, but now they're demanding a higher salary. Event hosts talk to each other when they want a keynote speaker and they want it for a big corporation. They're not going to take a risk on a person who's doing it for the first time. So you got to kind of pay your dues in the beginning. You can start out at maybe $2,000, maybe $3,000, maybe $5,000 as a beginner keynoter, even though what you have is way more magical than that. It's a great place to get your feet wet and be able to charge for speaking. Then as you build, and once you build 20 gigs, raise your prices. Now you're, instead of $3,000, now you're at $5,000. You build 20 gigs, you get paid for 20 times on that $5,000. Now you're at 7,500. Once you're at 7,500 and you build 20 times, now you're at 10 grand. Keep raising it until you have loads of gigs or your calendar is full, and then keep raising it at the price that you're at. I'm currently at 12,500 for any keynote speaking gig that I do. But I will tell you, I book them few and far between because in Speak to Sell, I make a lot more money in my Speak to Sell stages. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do paid speaking gigs. But I've got great news for you. Just like I had great news for you on Speak to Sell, you don't have to pitch your high-end program on Speak to Sell. You're just doing a natural next step on their buying journey. I've got great news for you on the paid speaking gigs as well. You ready? You don't have to do keynotes. That doesn't have to be the only Speak to Sell, the paid speaking gig that you get. You probably have already had paid speaking gigs. You just didn't know it, because a paid speaking gig, by definition, is being paid to give knowledge to an audience. That's it. And you probably have done that before. For example, are any of you teachers? Have any of you been teachers in your life? Maybe you're a fourth grade teacher. Maybe you taught at a college. Maybe you taught night school, or maybe you taught, a class at, the extended school or whatever. You taught an art class or something. All of those, if you got paid to teach that, by the way, they don't pay very well. I've done it. They do not pay extremely well. But if you've done that, you technically had a paid speaking gig, right? You were paid to share your knowledge with that audience. Janet says, does being a mom count? Only if you were paid to be their mom and tell them the things that you told them. If I could have gotten paid every time I had to tell my kids to brush their teeth, I'd be a bazillionaire. It'd be great. But no, it only counts if you were paid to deliver that knowledge to that audience. But there are a lot of ways that that might have happened. And I'll give you some examples of the things that I have done that may spark ideas of things that you already have done or things that you might want to do in the future to get yourself some paid speaking gigs. So here are some things that I have done. I have literally been an actress on a stage and been paid to do that. That was super fun. I really enjoyed that lifestyle. I wasn't saying my own lines, I wasn't teaching things, but I was paid to deliver knowledge to an audience, or in this case, lines to an audience, or singing to an audience, right? If you were paid to be in a choir and people paid you, not that you did it volunteer, but you were paid to be in a singing group. Maybe you were hired as a band, or maybe you were hired as a choir or a barber shop or something like that. If you were paid to speak or deliver knowledge to an audience, that counts. I have been paid to be a murder mystery dinner theater troupe member. where we did a murder mystery for a party, and I was Bonnie and Clyde. That was my name. My Bonnie and Clyde was my name. And I would like go up and talk to people with an accent, super fun. I would like fold their napkin and put it on their lap and butter their bread for them, and it was super fun. It did not pay very well, but it was technically a paid speaking gig and it was a lot of fun. So the fun factor for me, super high. I have been paid to narrate audiobooks. You can get paid to read a book. How freaking cool is that? Being able to get paid to read a book is totally awesome. Of course, you also have to master the audio and upload it and make sure that the sound quality is good and all of the other things. But being a paid audiobook narrator is fabulous. I will tell you that AI is ruining this particular profession for us because AI is doing a very, very good job at narrating audiobooks. ACX is a platform you can check out, acx.com. It's run by Amazon. It's sort of the Craigslist for books. If there's an author who wants their book narrated, they come on and announce their book, and there are audiobook narrators that want to narrate books, and they put up their samples, and they find each other, and you can audition for books. I've done it. It's super fun. It, again, doesn't pay real well, but it does. It is fun. The fun factor is there, and it does pay. And if you do it on a residual basis, if you do it on royalty share, I still get paid for my audiobooks. I just got another check this month for it wasn't a lot, but it was more than $100 for royalties on books that are selling that I don't have anything to do with anymore. I just keep getting paid, which is kind of cool, right? That's sort of passive income. I'm just wandering around and all of a sudden I get notice that money has been put into my bank account. Yes, thank you. That's totally awesome. So that can be fun. I have been an audiobook narrator. I've been a equestrian polo announcer. If you love a sport and you really, really love it, maybe your kids are in a sport. That was the case for me. My kids played equestrian polo when they were young, and they ended up playing interscholastic and intercollegiate polo. And because they were playing, I was the mom who came and drove them there and drove them back and loved to watch because I love watching the ponies race as well. I think it's totally awesome. And be there for my kids and support them. And I learned some of the rules and I got friends. I was friendly with the owner of the club. And as we started talking, I was like, I would love, he would announce the polo tournaments and just say what a penalty 3B is or penalty 5 or what offsides were, all that kind of stuff. And so they were talking as he was announcing it. He wasn't really into it, but he would announce so that people would understand what was going on. From there, I was like, I would love to learn what you do. I would love to announce polo. And he handed me the mic and he goes, here you go. You're starting right now. I will tell you what the plays are. And I was like, oh my God, okay. And so I started announcing equestrian polo, right? And I started making it fun because you know me, if it's not fun, it's not worth doing. So I started telling stories about that I learned about polo, like why they have 4 reins in their hand rather than 2, why the tails are all tied up, why the manes are shaved, why they have certain equipment on the polo horses. I learned all kinds of stuff about polo, and I was able to not only announce, but at the breaks or at the time where they were deciding the penalties, I had all this color information that I could add in. Well, parents started coming up to me and saying, wow, you are a really great polo announcer. We didn't know any of this stuff. We didn't even know what a penalty 5B was. We didn't understand all that equipment they had to have. Like, this has been really informative. And I was like, great, I'm glad you loved it. Well, one of those parents went to the Real Polo in Del Mar, and it was that, which is amazing professional polo. And they said, hey, I just heard this announcer, her name is Kimberly, you should go check her out. And one of the people came and listened to me announce, and they were like, we would love to have you as an alternate polo announcer at our games over here. And I was like, that sounds totally fun. I want to do that. That is easy and fun, right? So combine the fun, combine the pay. I did get paid for it because now I'm professional. So I get like lots of money to sit and watch a game I love to see and just be funny on a microphone. That is totally me. Now, that may not be totally you, but if you love sports and you love to be able to do that, maybe another revenue avenue for you. So paid speaking gigs are a variety of things. If you've taught a class, if you've ever charged for people to come to one of your events and you taught at that event, you were a paid speaker. It is a matter of getting paid before you speak. getting paid to deliver the knowledge. All right. So if you love paid speaking gigs and you want more of them, and you know that you don't just have to do keynotes and get after that huge offer, please put paid speaking gigs into the chat. Please put paid speaking gigs into the chat. And if you would like to hear about stage number 3, please put a 3 in the chat. Please put a 3 in the chat. Pardon me while I take a drink of water. All right, put a 3 in the chat if you want to hear about stage number 3. So we've covered speak to sell. We've covered paid speaking gigs. What is stage number 3? So only 2 of you would like to hear about stage number 3, so the rest of you can plug your ears. Stage number 3 is an authority stage, a stage that gives you authority just by being on it, How awesome is that? If you are on a stage and you get authority just by being on it, that is very powerful. Now, what is an authority stage? So if you were ever on Oprah, that's an authority stage. If you were interviewed on 60 Minutes, that would be an authority stage, right? Most people think of TEDx. And if you saw a presentation by our very own Uma Bambrew, you know that she, at age 13, already has 2 TEDx's under her belt. Holy cow, TEDx is an amazing authority stage. Of course it gives you authority. It is in every one of my bios because if I don't tell people about it, the authority doesn't work. All right, you have to make sure that the way to profit from an authority stage is to make sure people know about it. Now, sometimes, depending on the authority stage, you can get paid to speak on those stages. You might be able to do speak to sell on an authority stage, but an authority stage like TEDx doesn't allow you to do speak to sell. Because if you try to sell from a TEDx stage, that's a violation of their rules and they will never post your video, they will never post your talk. If you are paid to speak on a TEDx stage, that's also a violation of their rules. So you could be black boxed for that as well, and your talk may never see the light of day. So you can't get paid and you can't do speak to sell. So how do we profit from this one? And the way you profit from an authority stage is by leveraging the authority, leveraging it, letting people know that you did it. So as soon as I did my TEDx, it was on the bottom of every email that I sent for a year. Every email that I sent at the bottom was my TEDx talk. I posted it on LinkedIn. I did social media posts to it. I did advertising to it. I did mail outs about it. I did many emails about it. I did all kinds of warm ups about it. I did blogs about it. I did all kinds of attention gathering things so people could see my TEDx talk. Now, TEDx is an authority stage, but it's not going to help you. You're not going to profit from it unless people know about it. And today, even though there were probably it was during COVID, so we had a very wiped out room. We were not able to invite a full audience to this room. We should have had 1,000 people in this room, but we were all 6 feet apart. So we ended up having about 100 people in the room, and many of them were the speakers that were speaking on TEDx. So I spoke in front of 100 people. Yay me, that was awesome. But now, as of the last time I looked, 79,000 people have watched my TEDx. I have never spoken in front of an audience of 79,000 people before, but 79,000 people have watched my TEDx. That is an authority stage. You need to leverage it. People need to know about it, and it's got to go viral or at least make an impact out there so that people know about it. There are plenty of other ways to attract attention to it. You can do letters on it. You can tell people about it. Old school ways, we actually did mailings to an audience of mine to tell people that I was on a stage called the Women Who Mean Business stage. We did a mail out to everybody that was a client in San Diego. And so then the next time I went and talked to those clients, they were like, hey, heard you were on this amazing stage, Women Who Mean Business. I've heard a lot about that. Tell me how you got on it. Ooh, I got 19 letters of recommendation and I got nominated for it. It was totally awesome. Right now I have authority in their eyes because people know about it. Now, if I'd never talked about it, nobody ever knew about it, wouldn't have done me any good, right? I mean, it would have been a feather in my cap, but that's about all it was. All right, let's quickly move to stage number 4. Stage number 4. If you guys love stage number 3 and you want an authority stage, please put authority stage in the chat. And if you would like to know about stage number 4, please put a 4 in the chat. Stage number 4 is going to surprise you. We would love for you to put a TEDx is better than 60 minutes. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. For some people, it probably is. All right, so some of you want to know about stage number 4. It will surprise you. Stage number 4 is a rehearsal stage, a practice stage. Now, some of you might need to, might be thinking in terms of Toastmasters. And people say, like, there's a rumor out there that I hate Toastmasters. Not true. Not only do I love Toastmasters, I have been in many Toastmasters groups, and I've even served in leadership in Toastmasters. I was an area director, which I think is called something else now, but I got to go to all the different Toastmasters. It's a great, great job. Volunteer position if you would like to be involved in Toastmasters. Highly recommend. But here's the thing. Toastmasters is great for people who are terrified of speaking. Toastmasters is great for engineers who don't want to throw up on their shoes when they present to their boss. Toastmasters is great for a certain group of people. It's not great for us. It's not great for speakers who need a lot of experience. We don't need Toastmasters. I mean, we do need Toastmasters. Join Toastmasters. It'll correct some of the things that maybe you're doing that could be corrected in their opinion, and that's awesome. But I think that we need more than that. So I recommend for practice stages, podcasts and summits. Because a podcast and a summit, if you're doing interview style, you're only having a conversation with one other person. That's all you're doing. You're just having a conversation with one other person. And if you're doing podcasts, the rest of the audience isn't even live with you. If you're doing a summit, the audience is live with you and you can play with them a little bit, but it's not an overwhelming thing because you're just doing a conversation with another person. And it's totally awesome. So I highly recommend that. It's a great place to practice your talk. First time I ever gave this talk on a summit. First time I ever gave the talk earlier on a summit. First time I ever gave some of the other talks on a podcast, right? And we're just talking it out. We're just thinking about what we need to talk about. So powerful ways to do that. All right, those are the 4 types of stages. We're running out of time, but I did promise you that I would do a secret 5th stage. There is, in fact, ladies and gentlemen, a secret 5th stage that might be the most powerful of all stages. So if you love stage number 4 and you want to get more podcasts or more rehearsal stages, put rehearsal stages in the chat and then put stage number 5 if you would like the secret 5th stage because it's amazing. The secret 5th stage is one that some of you might already be leveraging. Some of you might be wanting to step into. Some of you may have thought, I didn't even know that was a stage. The secret 5th stage is your own stage. Your own stage. Because your own stage can be any of the other 4 types of stages. Your own stage could be a speak to sell stage. If you create a podcast and you talk about your programs, products, and services, you have just created a speak to sell stage. If you decide that you want to get paid to speak, your own stage could be inside a school platform where people have to pay for a membership, or inside a private Facebook group where they have to pay in order to be a member of the Facebook group. And then they have paid before you have delivered your knowledge. You could create a workshop or a webinar or something that people pay for, and they could create, and you've created a stage, an opportunity for people to pay to hear your juicy goodness. If nobody else will pay you to speak, why don't you just start charging people to hear you speak? I think it's a powerful way to do that. The third way it could do it is just be an authority stage. Start inviting other people that are authorities in their area to come speak on your stage. Then you get the Oprah effect where you are being known, but you're being known because other people are starting to follow you because you're the expert who brings the experts. The secret 5th stage can also just be a practice stage. It can just be something that you practice. Maybe you just go live once a week on Wednesdays at 1 or Tuesdays at 2 or Thursdays at 3, and you go every week live on your Facebook and you just start talking. That is a stage that you've created that's just giving you some exposure, some practice. Is anybody watching you? Maybe, maybe not. Are they going back 3 weeks later to find that content? Probably not. It is a practice stage. And if you do it on Zoom and go live in Facebook through Zoom, you actually will be able to save that recording and later maybe turn it into a podcast, maybe repurpose it as something else, maybe take out a little tiny piece of it and make it a YouTube short. There's a lot of things that you can do with it once you've started creating your own show. It is all of the 4 stages all wrapped into one. So how do you do that? Well, there's a lot of ways you can do it. You can launch a podcast. Check out Michelle Abraham's talk earlier today and learn how to launch a podcast that's in alignment with your soul. Or you can go Facebook Live, Or if you guys have enjoyed the summit today, if you're like, oh my gosh, this summit has been absolutely incredible. I've loved what I've seen today, and I can't wait to see more. I'm so excited about everything that's been happening today. And not only am I signed up for the next Voices of Women Summit, I want to create something like this. I want to create a stage like this. If that's you, put that's me in the chat box. If you are ready to create some sort of summit where you can bring together some amazing speakers to be able to create momentum in your business, to get a ton of leads, to get a ton of revenue, to get a ton of excitement, to get a ton of opportunity, to be able to build that 7-4-11 rapidly, very, very rapidly, and you want to do a summit, put that's me in the chat box. I'm so glad you all want to do that. Well, good news. I have some exciting news for you because 2 days ago or 3 days ago, we just launched a new product. We have an existing product, which is a fully done for you summit where we work with you. I work with you. I spend 2 hours with you doing a deep dive on what you want to be able to create. And my team and I put on your summit for you. And you basically pick which speakers you want to work with and pick which ones are right for your summit, have them pay you for the privilege of being on your summit, and then we do all the rest. We put them, we find their bios, their headshots, we get all of their information together, we do all of the work behind the scenes. My team is running your summit for you, but you are the host, and that is a done for you package. It's amazing, and it's 10 grand. However, I put together something really, really fun just a few days ago because some of you are like, I don't want to do a summit with 200 women on it. I don't want to do a summit that's huge. An epic summit with 13 tracks or 10 tracks or 5 tracks seems overwhelming for me. I just want to start small. So I've put together for you an amazing package. This is absolutely incredible. And we're going to drop it in the chat right now. This is a mini summit that you can check out. When you click on it, you will see that it is $5,000, but wait, there's more. We also have a payment pack plan if you would like to do the payment plan. We normally charge, we have it listed as 4 payments of $1,500 each, which is significant, but we have dropped that on the payment plan to 3 payments of $1,500 of each for a total on the payment plan of $4,500, which is actually less than the pay in full. So let me tell you what we got. And I've got a deal for the people that want to pay in full. If you want a payment plan, no problem. Go ahead and check it out. This is how to host a mini summit with Kimberly's team. We are going to do it for you with our support. So one day, 12 speakers, including you, generate revenue and leads, build your credibility and authority, establish new joint venture relationships, and become the go-to expert in your field. The price on this is $5,000. We do have a payment plan, and we do have a deal for you. So hang tight. Here's what you're going to get. My team will set up and build out your 12-person summit on our platform. We will do speaker management and calendar booking coordination. So we will chase them for their bios and their headshots and all the stuff that we had to chase all of you speakers for. And we will do that for you so that you don't have to chase that down or find it or put it on spreadsheets or put it in the platform or anything like that. We do that. We will also create affiliate links so that you can track how your speakers are doing in their promotion. We will manage them so that we will be able to tell them how many signups they have, how many more they need, et cetera, et cetera. We will provide live tech hosting during your event. This is a 1-day, 1-track, 12-speaker summit, and we will give you one of my tech hosts to help you during the summit. So they will make sure that the recordings go smoothly. They will make sure that the audience is brought in. They will manage the waiting rooms or breakout rooms if you have them. We will handle all of the tech hosting during the event for you. We will do leaderboard tracking to make sure people are promoting effectively. And the upgraded Zooms and the summit platform, which is the website that they have to get to be able to register, are all included at no additional charge. This is all included in the program. And we have a bonus for the people who are signing up. We will give you 8 weeks of promotion at Speakers Playhouse. Whether you were there or not, every week at Speakers Playhouse, we have somewhere between 30 and 150 people come in to find out about stages and speaking opportunities. We will post your speaking opportunity and have a checkbox where people can just say, I'm interested, and to find out more. If you've been to Speakers Playhouse, you know what I'm talking about. It's basically just a checkbox to say, I'm interested in speaking on this summit. If they check, when we will post yours as one of the summits that we are doing, and when they check yours, you will get their name, their email address, their talk title, and their target market as they have put it in. And then you can connect with them and say, yes, you're a match for my show. Here's the link to be able to sign up. We will promote you, whether you are at Speakers Playhouse or not. We will promote you every week to that audience. So they are going to show up, find out about it, and 8 weeks before, for the 8 weeks before, we will be promoting you at Speakers Playhouse. Fast action bonus. This is limited to the next 3 participants. So the first 3 that sign up for this will get this. I will promote your summit to my full list. If you are wanting to get in front of entrepreneurs, coaches, healers, leaders, the people at summits like these, if that's your audience, I will promote you to my full list. I will promote your summit to my list. To be able to attract attendees and potentially speakers, depending on when your promo goes out. So I will promote you. If you want to go get promoted to a large list, I will tell you my list is very responsive. It's used to being able to say yes to summits. I had thousands of people register for this particular summit. We're going to have really good attention on yours, depending on what your motto is. If it's not a match, that's totally fine. But if you would like that fast action bonus and you are one of our first 3 people to purchase it, it is, we will mail your summit to my entire list. And if you decide that you want to pay in full, don't do it yet because we have a special for you. But if you decide that you want to pay in full and not do the payment plan, I will do a one-on-one strategy session with you. It is a 1-hour strategy session to do a deep dive on what your summit should be about, how to price your packages, how to attract your ideal audience, and position you as the go-to leader in your field. But we have an incredible deal for you. The payment plan is the payment plan. We already took off one of the payments, so you're only paying 3 payments of $1,500 for a total of $4,500, which is less than the price we have as our regular price for the mini summit. So even on the payment plan, you're paying less. But we have a code for you, and I think this is the right code. I'm going to try to put it in. It is Action Takers, Action Takers VIP, no, VOW. Put Action Takers VOW, and it will take off. I think this is right. It'll take off. Put it in. Did it work? Maybe I have to refresh. What do I have to do? Action Takers VOW. Check. Apply. Apply. Maybe I have to put my name in first. It should take off. Yeah, it did. I just was in the wrong place. Takes off $1,500 from you as well. So we take off $1,500 so that instead of 4 payments on the payment plan, you will get $1,500 off. You will only pay 3 payments for a total of $4,500 on the payment plan. Or if you want to pay in full today, right now, you get all the bonuses for the first 3 people. After 3 people, you get the other 2 bonuses. If you are pay in full, you will get it for $3,500 one-time pay. And we will do all of these things with you to help you be able to create your own personal stage. I hope you want to do that with me. We'll leave the link in the chat. It is now time, ladies and gentlemen, to bring you all on because it is time for our wrap-up call, my favorite time of the day. If you are ready to do your own summit, I would love for you to dive in. If you're not, that's totally cool. Stay in touch. We got a lot of really cool stuff for you. But now it is time for everybody to join in and share your takeaways and your gratitudes for the day. So my team, we're not even going to shut it off. All we're going to do is ask people to turn on their cameras and share with us what their takeaways and their gratitudes were for the summit. This has been an epic day. I don't know the final count, but it's over 200, and I'm very excited about it. We have had a CPA here checking out to make sure that we were doing the right things at the right times. We've gotten great feedback from them. We've gotten great feedback from the speakers, and everybody seems to be having a really good time on this summit. If you had fun today joining us for our world record attempt, please put fun in the chat box. Hopefully all of you have had some level of fun today. If you got value out of the summit today, please put value in the chat box. I know that many of you had value, just off the chain value that you were getting today, that you learned something new, and we would love to hear what it was. And this is your time to shine. So Last call of the day. We might go late because I know we have a lot of people that have already told me that they're coming to the mic and they want to share. So I would love to encourage you to do that now. If you would like to share your takeaways and gratitudes, what you're going to do is you're going to raise your hand digitally. There's a couple ways to do that. You're going to go down to the bottom of the screen, click on the words raise hand. When you do, not the little clappy hands, but the word raise hand. And when you do, we're going to invite you to the mic to share what you got out of the summit. If you have someone in particular to shout out, we would love for you to do that. Speakers, if you have somebody else to talk about, I mean, I know that you did great and that you were their favorite one and you were amazing, but I would love for you to share a takeaway and a gratitude from somebody else's talk that you got. We would love to hear from you. So we got a lot of hands raised. You can also do it by hitting Alt-Y on your keyboard, which does raise and lower your hand. If you're on a Mac, it's actually Option-Y. But now it is my turn to turn over the mic because we want this to be about your voice, not just mine. I'm super excited that you are here and have shared the day with me. I can't wait to hear your takeaways and gratitudes. So with that, please raise your hand digitally. We will bring you to the mic. First and fast on the trigger, it is our very own Judy Wong. Judy, welcome to the mic. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
My takeaways were like, this was awesome. And I mean, I'm probably the only one who talks as fast as you, but it was so great. It was so great. And I know I was stuck on my track, but I'm VIP because I told everybody I'm going to see everybody else's. Don't think it. I'm not going to be. And my gratitude was all those amazing women that are on my track today. If I started naming them, it would be like not fair because I love them all. Oh my God. It's like Ginny says, you all were amazing. And I got so much from all of you. And you gotta watch the replays, guys, because I love you guys. It was
There was
great.
so much
It was
value. I'm
great.
super glad I'm a VIP because I
Oh
am going to be
my,
watching all of those
oh my
replays. There's
God.
so much
Yes, you and
value on
me.
that.
We're gonna be watching. We're gonna be watching.
Popcorn
Anyway,
and cheers. It's going to be amazing. All right,
yes, yes.
fantastic. Dr. Wendy Lyon, you're up next. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
Yay. Okay. Thank you so much, Kimberly. What a fantastic event. Really amazing. So happy to be part of this. My interviewer was great, Jennifer Takagi. So wonderful. And I loved these last couple talks. I went to Dr. Cheryl was talking about don't put your life on layaway. It's like, oh my God, that was so brilliant. Love that. And Dr. Katka, who's amazingly brilliant healer, that was phenomenal to hear her talk. I want to talk to her personally because we've got something going on in our family right now. So I was just so impressed. The caliber, the quality, the amazing. And
Thank
such
you
an
so
honor.
much.
This is my second year. It's an honor to be part of this. Really lovely.
Oh, thank you so much. We hope that you're going to speak on 2027. We would love if any of you would like to speak on 2027. We've opened up that. We can put a link in the chat for you to be able to check that out. But one thing that we did not mention often enough is our Facebook group. Some of you found it by clicking the links when they were dropped in the chat. Our Facebook group is up and active. So that's a great place to connect with the other women on this summit. And P.S., we have dropped links for all of the gifts from all of the speakers into that chat. So if there's anybody that you missed or didn't or weren't able to grab a gift, go to the Facebook group and scroll through and find the ones that you want to watch and see, and be sure to grab all the gifts all in one place. We will also email the entire registration list, the gifts all in one email, or I think it's a link that goes to a thing that you can get them all in one place or something like that. My team's amazing and they put it all together. So want to be sure that you guys get access to that. Thank you, Dr. Wendy. Up next is Sandy Austin. Sandy, welcome to the mic. Share with us what your takeaways and gratitudes were.
Oh, Kimberly, I was flying all day, and when I came for my time to speak, I was having issues. I missed it. I am so sorry that I did that to your people and everybody. Oh, I've been on a couple of your summits, 2 or 3 of them, and you are incredible. You do amazing things. And Mercy, thank you for being merciful to me in your comments. And then Consuelo, I see that she was going to be my host, and oh my gosh, I messed up. And so I am so, so sorry, Kimberly, but I want to say kudos to you, girl. This is incredible. And if you want to go for it again next year, let's do it. Let's do it and let's reach it. But you are amazing. You're a great role model as a speaker and everything that you've done. So I just want to say kudos to you and your staff and all the speakers, and looking forward to being able to check everyone out. But I am so sorry. I really messed that up. So I'll
No
do
worries,
leave
that
it.
happens. Live events are a thing. The only disappointment is that our group did not get your juicy goodness, and I'm sure that you'll be on another summit sometime soon. And we will definitely post your gift in the chat so we can make sure that people are able to take advantage of that as well. It'll be in the Facebook group and on the wrap up. Thanks, Sandy. Sorry you
Thank
missed
you.
it. Hopefully you got a chance to see some of the other speakers on the event. Tim
I
Floffler, you're
just
up
heard
next.
you, and you were amazing with the 5 stages. So you go, girl. You're rocking it.
Thank you so much. I hope some of you are joining us for a mini summit. It'd be amazing. Tiff Loeffler, you're up next. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
Oh my gosh, I have so many. Kimberly, it is so good to see you. I could burst into happy tears. And I want to thank your team and Alicia, she was so awesome. And Jennifer Koch as interviewee for Pink's Puppet. I can't believe that it happened. And thank you for, I guess the word I want to give is, I felt free. Like there was a freedom. And thank you for giving us this opportunity. I can't ever thank you enough. Thank you for letting me interview all of the people, the women I interviewed. It was just divine. Everything they said was just what I needed to hear. So selfishly, I appreciate that. And thank you for this gift. You are so amazing. And I could go on, but I just wanted to say that I love you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Literally could not do it without all of you. So thank you so much for those of you who served as interview hosts this year. Thank you so much. It is a long day and a lot of challenge, and it is joyful, but it is also volunteer. We pay very terribly. We pay nothing. However, if you were an interview host this year, we do gift you a spot on 2027. So we hope you will join us as a speaker in 2027. That is our thank you to you. Assuming we do it, which we've already established that we're going to. It was today that we're like, yep, we're doing it in 2027. We'll do it on March 8th next year. Mark your calendars if you served as an interview host and would like to speak on our next summit. We would love to have you. Up next is Robin Zabal. Robin, welcome to the mic. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
Well, I am very grateful for this event. It was tons of fun. I got to see Claudia Tabawada. I love her. Regina Andler, Tawana Lowry, and Ruth Kent. And I do want to say thank you very much, Wendy Weber, for being my interviewer. And I would love to be an interviewer next year.
I love it. That's the way you can do it. If you once you are a speaker on the Voices of Women Summit, we make our selections for interview hosts from there. And again, we pay terribly. I'm just saying. I'm just got to say that. I just got to put that out there. Katrina Sawa, you're up next. I'm sorry.
Great event. Thank you.
Oh, Robin, thank you so much for being here. Katrina Sawa, you're up next. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
Yes, thank you. I've been on some of your other summits, but not this one, which is crazy because I've avoided it because there was so many speakers before. I thought I'm going to get lost, and I just love the tracks, though. I just love how you do the tracks, and there's so much organization. I do summits too, that it's just amazeballs. Like, I don't know, like you are so awesome. Your team is awesome. Thank you, team. I relied on them a couple times. A couple people came in late as an interviewer, and so I was like, what do I do? And the Dr. Katka was great. She was my last gal I just interviewed and got some good tips from her. Misty, who was talking about sales and objections, I talk on it too. So we had a fun little interview that was super fun, and she has a great little handout. If you're trying to overcome objections, you want to get her handout, Misty. And then I would just say, like, as an interviewer, it makes it easier for us to interview you if you give us a talk description with bullet points of what you want to cover. That way we can
I'm going to
reverse
pause you there. I'm going to pause you there. That might be true for your summits. We actually don't give folks very much at all because we want it to be a natural conversation. But I love where you're going with that. It does work for other summits. Great tools and techniques. If you want to learn more about speaking on summits, definitely connect with Katrina Sawa. She's got some great tips for you. I love it.
Okay.
Wendy Weber, you're up next. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
Well, I want to thank Consuelo Munoz for doing the heavy lifting. I'm still recovering, and I was able to take a really good rest in the morning, and I was available most of the afternoon to spell her if she needed it, and I did so. And everybody I interviewed had something to do with getting out your voice. And I'm about voice because of singing, but there's so many different aspects and so many different ways to do that. I really liked listening to everybody else's ideas. And I want to thank whoever the tech person was on track 14, because I was late for the very first one. I got mixed up between that and 7. So you had me on 2 tracks, but I was able to do the next one on that track. So I appreciate everybody's help. And Mercy last night was helping me out. So was Consuela. I was on the phone with Consuela, and Mercy and I were messaging back and forth. And I want to thank Mercy because I know you know that I'm recovering still, but the care and the love from your team is amazing, and from you. And so I want to thank everybody involved and any of my friends who showed up. And I'm so grateful to see Tiff, because Tiff over the last couple of years has been really loving and supportive of me. And it's great to see her. So thank you for having a great event. This is my 4th year of both hosting and speaking. I'll do it again next year till we get it right.
I love it. Apologies to anybody who had an interview host come in late. That's not our modus operandi, but live events, things happen. That's like, people can't get there. It's just human. Up next is Danielle Benson. Danielle, welcome to the mic. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
Well, thank you, Kimberly, for putting on this amazing event. Thank you to Mercy and the team. I know that there was a lot of scrambling. I know Jackie and I had some last minute stuff we had to sort out, and Mercy was just amazing. And our tech Angela was there. I got to, share my interviews with Jackie, but Angela was there the whole day, on it every time. I don't know when she took a break, I guess during the breaks. But other than that, she was there. She was on it. Every single one of my speakers was so amazing. Just the quality of presence and ideas and generosity of everybody was just so wonderful. Specifically, I want to call out Julie Cotton talking about our fabulous fascia. That was just, your energy just filled the room. But absolutely every single one of the speakers that I spoke to today they just blew me away, and it just flew by. So I'll be back next year. Definitely get the VIP, because I can't wait to watch everyone else as well. I can't imagine that my track was the only track that had amazing speakers on it. So we'll see you all soon. Thank you.
My track was the best track. I don't know about you, but my track was the best. I'm just teasing. The speakers are sensational. The quality and the value and the time they put into speaking at this event and preparing for it is incredible. And me too. I love Julie Cotton. And with that, she was just a little bit down in the line. I'm going to bring her to the mic next. Julie, you just got a shout out, and we love you to pieces. Tell us your takeaways and gratitudes.
Oh, I love you so much. And I am so grateful for you stepping into your vision and continuing to step into it and make it even bigger. And I have gotten to be here on every single Voices of Women Summit since its inception. So I'm honored to get to be just a little part of today. Like, I was like, okay, I'm going to move. Speaking of fascia, I'm like moving my massage clients over to be like, okay, I have to be able to like talk during this period of time. And I canceled rehearsal. I'm like, I got to be there. So it was really great. Shout out to Judy, shout out to Ellen Whiteside, shout out to Wendy. She was a track co-host with me. Jeff jumped in there. Your team is amazing. And Donna, she was our tech host for the beginning part, and she jumped right in there. I love that she was like a yes and. So when Wendy like wasn't there, and I know that's not our MO, yet your MO, the space that you create and that you hold is such that one of your tech hosts literally went on camera and totally was a host. Like, so that is what I'm talking about, women taking the mic, okay? And like, she rocked it. She was amazing. And I was like, yes, ladies and gentlemen. I was late to that, so she was already partway through it. And just I mean, Catherine was great. Jackie Bailey, always, I love seeing the youth, everything. Just, I love, love, love your community. And thank you so much for letting me be part of this world record setting event. I love you.
I love it. Julie, we love you so much, and your energy is so positive. Her spirit animal is the golden retriever, and she lives up to that. She's absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for being here. A special shout out to her because she hates Zoom, like in a big, deep, dark way, like hates it. And she does this for me because she loves all of you. And I appreciate you for doing that. So my thanks to you, my dear friend. Teresa Thomas, you're up next. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
Well, gratitude to be on the track with Judy Wong because I got to see somebody, an experienced interviewer, and this is my first time interviewing, and it was great to have that model. And I just have to say, everybody that I heard or that I interviewed, I loved everybody. It's just such a wonderful group of people. And, I'm so sorry I didn't get VIP last year because what did I miss? So I'm really glad I have VIP this year. I want to come back next year. I will be an interviewer. I love it. And it's so thrilling. Thank you so much, Kimberly. You're always supportive and keep me going. Thank you.
Thank you. What a nice, I love hearing what you all have to say. And I do value all of you as interview hosts so much because it is a big commitment and I literally could not do it without you. Raja Vidya, you're up next. Share with us.
Listen, it doesn't matter that you're not paying us because we get so much back. Really, honestly, it's just.
I feel like that's true.
It's an honor.
I shouldn't make you get paid with other people's work, but I do feel like that's true. It's sort of like who's helping who here, because I love when I get a speaker on, whether it's her first time. If you all did not see Uma Bambrew today, you have to get the VIP just for her talk. Like, it's incredible. She is 13 now. She was on her first Voices of Women, first talk ever in her life at age 9. And she's come back every year. And this year she was Diamond. She's absolutely incredible. She gave a talk that I couldn't have given in my 30s. Like, it was incredible. Like, it was solid. It was driven by points. It was vulnerable. There were great stories and great shares. Incredible. You guys have to check that out. So every time I see a speaker on, and whether they're brand new or an expert, I just love seeing the value that they bring and love being able to share that. Up next is Raja Vaidya. Raja, welcome to the mic. Share with us what your takeaways and gratitudes are.
Hello, Kimberly. Thank you. I mean, you all know I have a soft spot for Speakers Playhouse and for you guys, like you gals, being here. And what an amazing event to think on the UN Women's International Day that we can pull off an event like this. And like you said, I got paid really, really well, same as last year. And
guys get paid nothing. Sorry, you don't even get that.
Yeah, that's okay. It's all every time I'll just keep doubling my salary every year. Right? It's all good. So we had a great track. We had Nicole Borgi was a host. We had Chuhun was our host, and I was the tech host for the whole day. Very happy to, for once, kind of take a step back from hosting and just kind of be in the background and have a good time, just helping to support the whole event. And actually, we had a tech problem in the end, and Nicole couldn't come up for the last speaker, so I just someone gives you the mic. I just hosted the last speaker. So we had some amazing people. I mean, honestly, everybody out there that hasn't had that opportunity to see all the other tracks, it's amazing stories, so many gifts. So please make sure you upgrade to VIP. I don't earn anything from it except smiles. So just keep the smiles going, and if you need me again next year, I'm more than happy to support all of you. Go be out, go be bold, go be powerful, and go be women who change the world.
Well said. Thank you, and a shout out to all of our guys who are here supporting us on this day. This is not Girls Are Better Than Guys Day. It's just like, let's hear the women speak. That's it. This is there are men and women all throughout my community, and some people are like, "Oh, you only serve women, don't you like men?" And I'm like, "I love men. Yes, like bring them." So it is not one is better than the other. It's just we need to hear from them all. In my opinion, we need to hear from everyone, and that makes a very beautiful tapestry when we have people of color and women speaking along with the Caucasian men who are leading the charge. That said, Nikki Cruz, you're up next. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for this amazing summit. And Kimberly, thank you for you. The first time I went on a summit with you, I could feel your energy. And being the joy junkie, the joy is what makes it magnetic. And I've noticed every track I was on with different speakers, whether the topics were heavy topics or light topics, there was joy. And you cultivate that. So firstly, thank you to you for that. Secondly, I couldn't get on a track I wanted to watch. Ended up seeing Marty Winder interview somebody and going, oh, wouldn't it be great if she was my interviewer? Well, guess what happened? So, Marty, you are amazing. Thank you so much. You did an incredible job, and you brought the joy and made it so easy for me to do my talk. So thank you to everyone who's participated. So excited to have been part of this. Thank you, Kimberly.
I appreciate that. That was beautifully said. And yes, Marty is spectacular at what she does. We love that when she shows up for these events. She's doing her own summit as well. She's doing another one. I think it's sold out, but she might do another one after that. If you speak on divorce, discovery, and beyond, what is it, Marty? Put it in the chat. It's an incredible summit that's coming up. If you want to watch it because you're going through struggles or you're wanting to get beyond, you can definitely attend. If you would like to speak on that summit, this one's sold out, but I think we've talked her into doing another one with us in November. So if you loved her, she's a great interviewer. She's a great human being. Marty, put stuff in the chat to let people know about that. I know you're here. Marty Olander, you're up next. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
This was a great event. There were so many topics at the same time that was frustrating for me a little bit, but gratitude and a shout out to your tech team and to Mindy, because we both had drop problems with Zoom dropping and my coming in a little late, but we were resilient and we got through it, and it worked out fine. But a special shout out and gratitude to Cynthia Klein. She did one of the first ones in the morning. And as it happens, I had a lunch date with a friend who had a problem that absolutely zeroed in on what Cynthia was recommending. So I was able to take my notes to the luncheon, give them to my friend and say, okay. And I gave her Cynthia's book to read and said, read this book, go deal with your daughter. This is how you can do it. So it was serendipity and it was perfect. And then my aha takeaway moment was from Misty when she said, the person who speaks the most buys the product. I love that quote. And I will give it to my sister who owns her own business and sells tech products, high end.
Very
so
good.
Thank you. Great.
Oh, Rosemary, that was great feedback. I love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much for raising your hand and sharing with our audience. That was awesome. Bethan Thompson, you're up next. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes. Bethan, you got to unmute. You want me to come back?
Yeah, I know. It is late here, but I'm glad I got back.
What time is it where you are? It's the middle of the night.
Yeah, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 a.m. But I jumped off Forbes. We've just been to Forbes as well. So I went to yours, then I went to Forbes and then. Well, my dear friends, so nice to be here and be on it, to be with you all. Jackie, Tiff, it was great to see you. And the universe sometimes speaks to us because you press the button and then there was Jackie and then there was Tiff and then there was Wendy. And it was great to see new people like Samantha, which full of energy and that, and was really interesting of what she had to say. So I look forward to hearing the talks and to perhaps be a speaker next time round. But this time it was time for me to actually step back and watch the other side of the fence for a change.
I totally get that. Bethan is a great speaker on her own. She has several stages. She's always at Speakers Playhouse. But yes, if it's time just to watch and enjoy others sharing their message, it can be very powerful as well. Bethan, thank you for sharing. Janet Hamilton, you're up next. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
Hi, Kimberly. I can't agree more with with everything that everyone has been saying. The support for a technically challenged individual was phenomenal. It was easily comfortable for me for a new speaker, and Teresa made it very so by providing a great platform to interview me with. So thank you for everything.
Thank
And
you, Janet. You guys are amazing.
coaches. Yeah, Olga Alexeyevna and Raja Vaeda, phenomenal support and speaking coaches. Thank you. I'm still
All
learning.
right. Thanks for the shout outs. Ella, you're up next. Share with us. Is it Elle or Ella?
It's Elle.
Elle, I knew that. I was like, ooh, I said that wrong. Elle, welcome to the mic. We love your energy and your style. Share with us your takeaways and your gratitudes.
Okay, I have a list of people that I watched, and I really want to name them all. One, thank you very much, Kimberly, for this opportunity to be here on your stage yet again. I heard Melissa Hart. It was her first time here, and she shared about how one of her clients was getting feedback from her children. And I was like, I thought I was the only mother who did that. And so it felt good to hear another mom do the same thing that I did. Kimberly Groshek, hopefully I said her name correctly. I loved how she talked about her 3 C's in the 15-minute blocks to find results and not being caught up in the wrong if you don't meet your results, but just learn from it and go and do it again. And then Maylee Vega, again, I hope I said your name correctly. Her connecting with nature was awesome, and how she had a client that she gave a butterfly to in that whole entire situation. I'm not going to ruin that. If you are VIP, go check out that story. It was so heartwarming and tear-jerking. And then Danielle Benson, who highlighted the fact that your voice box is between your head and your heart.
Oh.
And like, I'm going to cry. I feel like I'm going to cry right now, because when we speak from our hearts and not allow our heads to get in the way, we can bring forth that authenticity. And so she's a coach in a box, and I cannot wait to get that gift. And then Alana Polka, when she was talking, I was like, holy crap. The amygdala, she called Amy. The hippocampus, she called Hippie. I was like, oh, I love those names of the brain. And she made it really tangible to empower everyday people to make connection when we are seeing changes in other people's behaviors. So I totally love that. And then B. Jensen, as she was talking to you, she said, if it's to be, it's up to be. I was like, oh, I love that. I love that line, because, and it really is important for us as people, like for us to empower ourselves and take that ownership. So I love that. Mercy, super awesome. Thank you very much for all of your support. And last but not least, I was on track 4. So shout out to Marge on tech and Mindy Green. There was lots of tech situations going on. We were able to make it through it and pivot. And I just felt so good and aligned to be with Mindy, because I've met Mindy before. And so it was awesome to be with her. And I want to say thanks, Marge, for navigating all the tech gremlins. So again, thank you, Kimberly. And I cannot wait to listen to all the other women that I did not have a chance to listen to, because I got VIP.
Elle, that was beautiful. I love the way that you shared about so many other people that had changed your perspective or your life today. I think it's really, you can go to an event like this, 200 women, and you're like, I don't even know if I'm going to remember my name after this is over, right? I don't, it's just so much. And to be able to have taken notes and say, these are the people who said the things that really resonated with me and share that with our audience today. I give you a shout out for that because that is incredible. Way to be there. And I loved B as well. I thought she was adorable. So thank you so much. I appreciate you, Al. Up next is Kelly Lutman. Welcome to the mic. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
Hello. Thank you, first of all, Kimberly, for having the vision and putting the energy into it, because you do energize, and I know you must put a lot of energy into your team, a fabulous team that supports this. This is my first year in Voices of Women. It won't be my last, but I really appreciated just the sessions that I got to hear with Renee Remy talking about caregiver tips that I wish I'd known about her book when my mom was caregiver for my dad, because there were things that just hit home with, yep, that was an issue. Yes, that was a concern. Marty was a fabulous speaker, helping us how to talk to difficult people, because we all have those in our life. And I really appreciated Tammy Rader from three cancers and 5 lessons and one heart. You know, I am a health coach who supports cancer patients, and I really appreciated her perspective. That's why I specifically wanted to see her session, was to see what she was saying as a cancer patient that I could use to support my clients as well. So thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the amazing technology that you've put together, even when you had to wrangle it a little bit. It all came through, and it was wonderful.
Kelly, thank you for saying that. Live events are live events. I mean, sometimes things happen, but we really appreciate you all sticking with us. And yeah, it's not our first rodeo, but there's always something new. There's always a new challenge, and you know, you never know what you're going to come up against. But we appreciate the people who are trying to get the message out, and the people who are trying to make sure that they get a chance to hear them. So thank you for your comments. I appreciate it. Samantha Kareem, you're up next. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
Hi. So Kimberly, thank you for having and hosting this event. I really enjoyed myself. And right before I spoke, I was able to get in on Isha's talk, and it was phenomenal to hear someone that young speak so eloquently, transfer her ideas into the people into the room, and allow us to just soak up her amazingness, because when you're that young, it's so hard to have a platform, to have a voice. So her sister Uma, which everyone was talking about earlier, you can see this is a familial thing, right? This is like, it's running in their blood, and they have a message that they want to get out into the world. So it's such a pleasure to hear her speak at such a young age on something that was important to her and relay it back in her life. And so I really appreciate the platform for these children to have that. So thank you for having this entire summit. Thank you for them having the space to be able to do that. And shout out to Jackie. Jackie, you were so fun and matched my energy and engagement. I had a blast with you. She was typing. I was like, yes, girl, get it. So thank you for matching me. And thank you to Angela. Thank you to Mercy for the questions. And I just appreciate the platform for all of us to share what we love and our message, because when we all get together and do this, all boats rise together. So when one person's story gets across, we all get to lift her up, but we all get lifted up too. So thank you so much.
I love it. Our youth track is so fabulous. And I was jealous. I was like, I kind of want her on my track. And Jackie was like, you can have Uma, but you can't have her too. So not really. We just had some conversations in the background. Jackie is a great interviewer and takes really good care of her students and makes sure that they feel safe and comfortable. And so I was delighted to be able to interview Uma today. And Jackie got a chance to interview her sister, and I cannot wait to watch that replay now, especially since you teased me about it and told me she was amazing, which is no surprise. I mean, we got to get her mother on one time, Jackie, and just be like, you were the lady who told them all they needed to take classes, and you were behind having these wonderful girls raise their voice instead of being told that they're not, to be seen and not heard. So we got to maybe do a shout out for her one of these days, or get her on. If you are, all of our youth, or most of our youth, are sponsored. So if you are interested and it's on your heart to sponsor a youth for the 2027 event, we'll put a link in the chat so that you can offer a sponsorship. I believe they're $47 or $49, and it will sponsor one of our youth speakers to come on the 2027 event if they would like to come and join us. And they also could speak on the Voices of Color event. Everybody is eligible for that, and the youth speakers are invited to come, but we try to get sponsorships for them so they don't have to sell cookies or something to go. Or save their allowance to get on it. So if that's on your heart, we'll put a link in the chat where you can sponsor, or you can just put sponsor in the chat box and we'll follow up with you to make sure you get that link. All right, Bridget Callahan, you're up next. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
Well, first off, Kimberly, you started us off with a great start talk. So thank you for that. And then I got to check in on Orlia Moore's talk. Loved it. And Wendy Weber on her health challenges. Thank you, Wendy. And Misty Henkel's talk on overcoming sales objections. I love that. And then Chu Hong, good to see your smiling face. And Deborah Morrison, I love her speaking passion. And then I want to shout out to the tech team as well as Consuelo Munoz, who moderated our stage, track 7. So it went great today. Thank you so much.
Awesome. We have a no PowerPoint zone rule here at Voices of Women. However, Bridget is the exception to the rule because she actually teaches on how to make great PowerPoints. I believe death by PowerPoint is a terrible way to die. So if you are going to use PowerPoint, definitely connect with Bridget. She knows what she's doing. Thanks for coming to the mic. I appreciate you. Nirupama, you're up next. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
Yes, first of all, thank you so much for having me here. And my first gratitude is for Jackie Bailey. She's the reason that I'm here. I'm actually also one of the moms for the youth speakers. So I think it's just incredible how she's encouraged me and all the kids that she coaches to be here, to be unafraid. And of course, as a speaker myself, and a participant, I just love being here, loved listening to everyone. So quick shout out to her for all the support, all the encouragement, and for allowing us to know about this event. And again, I do want to give a quick shout out for the VIP. I did take it because while I was in a lot of sessions, there were so many that I missed. And I definitely want to replay the ones that I already saw. So there's still time, folks. Do go and get it. The other takeaway, I think one of the best ones that I personally felt was also from Miss Bailey's session, because she said something which was, we are losing our kids and families to AI. And she gave us little tidbits, little hacks to foster better connection, better conversations that are not judgmental. So I think that was a super large takeaway. But like I mentioned, there were so many great speakers. I've been taking notes down in every session. So I'm totally looking forward to the replays. Last but not the least, I think, Kimberly, thank you so much for organizing not just the event, but the follow-ups and the logistics. It's been incredible. And for getting such great interviewers. I think all of us speakers were so much better because of our hosts and the tech staff. So big shout out to all of you.
Well, thank you. That was a great shout out. I appreciate it. And congratulations for raising kids who aren't afraid to raise their voice and share their message. Great job. You mentioned Chu Hung, so we'll bring her up. Chu Hung Ko, welcome to the mic. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
I love that we have this time to party and celebrate, all of us. And first, of course, to you, Kimberly, it's like you're the host of the Mostest and you bring the energy, and it's wonderful to be here. And you give us all a platform where we can spotlight each other and shine in so many different ways. And you help me manifest. I have a manifestation list, and one of them is, wouldn't it be wonderful to be able to interview like Oprah? and you gave me the opportunity. So now and to experience that is like, wow, big kudos to the interviewers who just one after another and I get to really appreciate all the interviewers, and so hopefully some of you who have been speakers will come on and give the gift back to each other, right? And of course, to the unsung heroes and heroines that support us, in the tech, we don't see you, but without you, I mean, wow, Thank you so much. And Kimberly, your amazing program. Oh my gosh. You're like, for what? How much? To be able to have you put everything together. I'm the kind of person who we love strategies, but the devil's in the details, and putting on a summit and amazing. It's like crazy. Yeah. And so thank you again. And we look forward for you definitely to have it next year, because we want to come back again. And the gifts. Oh my gosh, my interview
Oh yeah.
speakers. What I love is that they have embodied and embraced what they talk. And so that to me is like, how can I not I want to deep dive into all the gifts and just drool over there and just really go. And and the small investment that we just have to put to receive so much. It's great that we all have supporting each other. We have each other's backs, and yeah, this is how change happens on a global level. So yay all.
I love it. Chu Hung, thank you so much. Well said. Deborah C. Burton, you're up next. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
Oh, you're the first takeaway. You were so fantastic to just really let me fly. I'm so grateful to you, Kimberly Crow, really. And I felt really wonderful in the presentation of my material. It was very well received. I got a lot of excellent feedback, which I'm very grateful for. I also want to say I'm very grateful to your team, to Mercy and the whole team. For my second talk, which was pre-recorded, my interviewing host, she must have been really chilled out from my meditation that she was asleep at the end.
Oh, whoops.
But your team was so great. They put on the walkout music and she started dancing.
All right.
So I think
that was the second talk. That wasn't with you when you were with me.
No, that wasn't. Yeah, that was
Oh,
the second
yeah.
talk. That was not you.
That was awesome.
So yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
well,
but
yeah, you do
your
have a
team
very,
had it
I have to
together.
say, when I was listening to your talk, I was like, this is so relaxing. Like you have a very relaxing, meditative voice, and I think you're very good at that. So if she was asleep, I don't even know if I could blame her. I'm glad
Well,
I'm
I'm
glad it
honored.
ended well.
I'm honored. I'll take the cue to maybe make meditation tapes or something, kind of meditation audios. And also, I want to give a shout out to the youth, because as a youth, I was supported through Girl Scouting and music, and I went very far with both. And so I had the opportunity to sponsor a youth. I didn't get a chance to hear any of the youths, but I hear through you that they went very well. And so I'm grateful to have been able to pass that forward. I also want to say I'm very grateful for the opportunity to have gone diamond, and I'd do it again.
Oh, I'm glad
It
you
was
said that.
really wonderful. It was worth it, really, just worth it. Worth it to buy one's own platform in a kind of sense as well. And really appreciated that. Also, I might want to be an interviewer next time. So just to try that out. And maybe one can still be diamond, I could think. So yeah, I'm around in your sphere for a while, so I hope it's fun.
I love it. Yes, that's fantastic. Thank you very much for the shout out. Our diamond package is for people who are stepping into higher levels of visibility. Their interviews actually all went live on YouTube today. They're going on a podcast. They're getting on TV. They're getting a chapter in a book. The book's being made into an audiobook and a bestseller. There's this huge exposure with the diamond package. And since this is our inaugural year of going for a world record, somebody asked, did we make it? So the company that we work with, Record Setters, we went with them ahead of time, and we said, like, has this already been established, or are we setting the record? And they said it has not yet been established. So you will be setting the record as long as you are fully compliant. So it will be a few days before we know. But fingers crossed, everything seems to have gone well. We need a final count. There were some people who missed their talks. There were some people who were recorded. We need a final count, and we will get the word out. And I'm sure we'll do a press release on it if we made it, and hope like fingers crossed, we definitely will have. So that's all good news. Deborah, I'm super excited you went diamond as well. We will have a diamond track for our 2027. We hope you step into it. It'll probably have slightly different things, but it'll be awesome no matter what it is. So I'm really glad that you did that. Let's get you some more visibility. Maureen, Xavier, you're up next.
Very
Share with us.
grateful.
Oh, absolutely.
Blessings.
Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes. Maureen.
Thank you, Kimberly. My takeaway is now I have access to over 200 incredible women that most of them I never even knew before. So that's my biggest takeaway is all these women that are going VIP. I can't wait to watch the recordings. And the sessions I was in live, they were all impactful. Dr. Cheryl Mizell is like, take your life off. Don't postpone your life. Take your life off layaway. She was just from one thing
so
to
good.
another. I was in awe of her speaking and looking at how inspirational and powerful she was. And Consuelo was my moderator, and oh, she was so connected and so engaging. It really made it even more fun. And I just my gratitude is you and how you and how you run the system. I just learned about this summit a week ago today. So I'm thanking Amanda Slade for introducing me to the summit, but how this is a fine-tuned machine. And I am in awe and gratitude for like knowing how things can be done because I'm new at summits. So I'm so grateful. I'm curious about Diamond for next year. And yeah, I'm looking forward to showing up on Speakers Playhouse because I know you're someone you and your community is someplace I want to continue to be around.
Oh, I love hearing that. Thank you so much. I'm delighted you found us. Thank you to Amanda for bringing you into our world. We would love to have you Diamond as next year. And I don't know if you saw the mini summit that we were talking about, but that might be of interest to you. If you're looking to get into the world of summits, it might be an easy way to get your toe wet. So yeah, I would love to have a chat, and I'm so glad you got value out of it. Up next is Diana Inch. Welcome to the mic, Lady Jane. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
Yeah, I didn't die, so I don't know if anybody else did, but your reassurance that you haven't killed anybody on stage yet is, why I showed up. I really enjoyed the experience and all the support. I tried to help with the tech. That didn't quite work out. But Mercy got back to me and was like, nope, we're handling it. And I had so many, a variety of talks. And I think, I don't think Christine Schickinger I think she's from Germany. She talked about animal communication was one I got to actually use right away. Our dog Nick is struggling. Julie Lavia on storytelling had some great tips. Somebody already mentioned Renee Remy with the Alzheimer's caregivers. That is close to my heart. Natasha Robinson had living your life as a vision board and just like having the purpose, power, and profit. It's like I know it's out there. And then Regina Andler talked about unicorns and being a unicorn and just not being put in a box and being just your unique, authentic self. And I just loved her talk. And let's see if there was anybody else I can think of right now. Well, I got to say thank you to Consuela and Chin Hung and Raja, and I'm not sure who else the tech person was, and they were great. But thank you so much. I'm going to get more people here, more women, more people.
I love it. I would love for you all to help get. Well, if we make the record this year, we're going to break it next year. Are you all in with me? Are we going to break it next year if we made it this year? Okay, awesome. Let's make that happen. I think that sounds like a lot of fun. Jessica Koch, you're up now. By the way, Diana, you saw some great people. You listed names and I was like, love her, love her, love her, love. I was just like, oh yeah, you got some good ones in there. So there's some other good ones, I'm sure, but you named several that I was like, ooh, that was a good day for you. Jessica Koch, welcome to the mic. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
Well, it says something when I started my morning at 4 a.m. Eastern time. I don't know about the rest of you crazy people. And it is 10:30 p.m. at night. And we just recently dropped below 100 people in our room just celebrating. Okay, so the after party. So what does that tell you about the amazingness of this event? I got on every time and said to all of our guests that I got to interview and host and be a part of, that my job is here to simply keep us on time and help you shine. And we all took a deep breath, and Alicia was really the one doing all of that for us. My Alicia was my tech host in the background. The first half of the track was we split it up a little bit, even though I've hung out with you all day long. Was Tiff. And Tiff is, if you don't know Tiff, she's got this big, beautiful flower in her hair, and her personality shines just as beautifully as her flower. And so she was my first interview, but actually I didn't interview her. I interviewed Pinks the puppet. So I got to interview a puppet. And let me just tell you that that was the most fun ever. We played, we had joy, we shared stories, and I'm just so proud of her because she took a chance and she did something new and different, and it was fun. And we do need to interact with our nervous system to relax, relieve stress, and play a little bit. And, so we can learn a lot from our youths, both inspiring us to be brilliant leaders, but also to take a hot moment, don't take ourselves too seriously, and have a laugh and play a little. So that was wonderful. I do want to highlight a couple of people. So many of them aren't here, but I had such a lovely day of it's just a long list of get the VIP. Somebody might have said that, I think. But Heidi was brand new, and Heidi Sheldon is still here. So I did want to shine a light on you because she shared a very vulnerable story, and lots of just love, and turn something hard into something magnificent. So there was a lot of vulnerable, amazing stories. There was a lot of great knowledge here too. Um, Carolyn was amazing with her memoirs of legacy. I don't know if she's here anymore. Leanne was a lot of fun with her leadership and boundaries. I talked about Pinks. Misty was fun and brilliant. I don't think she's here anymore, but I really had a great time as an interview host with her. And there's a new young lady, and she's not here. And I mean, as far as I'm concerned, she's definitely youth, because boy, was she young and gorgeous. I remember the days, y'all. And her name is Freya, and she was here helping us promote and connect creativity and fashion and our inner spirit, and pulling all of that together. And boy, does Tiff do that, just all natural. But she had family come and join and listen to her talk, and watching them cheer her on in the chat. It's just been lovely. And I want to thank all of you guys for saying the kind words to me about hosting today. In the chat, I see all of you, and I appreciate all those kind words. And I only changed 3 or 4 times today, new glasses, 3 different necklaces, a couple different jackets, how I roll. So just thank you, Kimberly, for you and I have shared so many moments, and I've talked too much, and I'm sorry, but I am so very grateful for our friendship, and how safe I feel in it. It's so much more than a community. And I always say I've known Kimberly before Speakers Playhouse was born, and I'm so glad. I'm so blessed to be able to say that. So all of you, it's been a wonderful day. The voices of women are heard today. Horton and Here's a Hue. We all get together and say, we are here. We are here.
Oh. We are here. Yes. And we are heard. Yes,
And
we are here and we are heard.
Love to
I
all.
love it. So
Yeah.
beautiful. So beautiful. Thank you for your for calling out so many names. I know that it's overwhelming to see a lot of people, but to have the presence of mind to say, I want to recognize these people. And I'm sorry some of them are not here to hear your accolades, but it means a lot. As a speaker, we don't get a chance to hear that we changed somebody's life or that we made a difference. We just come on and then it's over, because a lot of times. So Voices of Women and our summits we try to do our level best to make sure that people can hear that they did truly make a difference in other people's lives. All right, we're coming down to
I
the
forgot
wire.
to say, thank you to Tiff for interviewing me. She then interviewed me, and I got to do my legacy talk. So thank you, Tiff, for interviewing you. Okay, I'm done now. Bye.
I love it. Jessica is also, she did change her outfits. She said she wasn't going to today, but she always does at Potapalooza because she does back-to-back interviews on Potapalooza. She's going to miss this Potapalooza because of family fun matter, but we are excited. We'll be excited to have her at the next one. And you're welcome to drop your affiliate link if you would like to do that, to share if you want to grab a ticket to Potapalooza. All of our VIPs are actually getting a new bonus, which is either an additional or their first general admission ticket to Potapalooza. So if you've already bought your ticket, this is one you can give to a friend. If you've not already bought your ticket, you're going to want to come to Potapalooza if you're a VIP. It's life-changing. It's totally cool. Joshua McAllister, I've watched you two and I'm like, I hope to God they don't leave. I hope to God they don't want to leave. I want to hear what this is all about because you guys are just like, you're so cute as a couple. I want to know what this is all about. Welcome to the mic. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
Hey there, Kimberly. Yeah, so this is actually Freya, Freya Caitlin Rose right here. So she is still here. I wanted to share that I'm really grateful for the space that you're curating here. I have had a really good time promoting my wife and helping her just kind of like be, be ready for this in whatever way I can and support it. And we're pretty new to this whole thing, and we're really grateful, or I'm really grateful that I found this space. And I will pass it over to Freya Caitlin Rose over here.
I love
Thank
it.
you. Hello, everyone. I'm Freya. So, my takeaway, this has been a really good experience for me. It came pretty spontaneously, like 10 days ago, that I decided I was going to talk. And I've had this message that I've been marinating on for a long time, and I've not known what to do with it, even though I know what to do with it at the same time. I just have all these ideas and things that I want to share. And so because we found out about this event, it gave me that fire and that just motivation to create the thing. And so thank you for that. Thank you for creating the opportunity for women to speak. And I had a wonderful time talking to Jessica. Thank you to her for her kind words. Yeah, and I'll definitely keep this going, keep the momentum going, and taking away I was working all day getting my free gift ready because I'm a mom to a toddler and I'm getting all this stuff going and figured out. So it was literally up to the last minute that I was working on my free gift. So I didn't get to see anyone speak, but I hope that next year I have more time.
And I would love to be a tech host next year. Yes.
Oh, yay. Joshua, we're going to take you up on that. That sounds great. All right,
Yeah.
ladies,
So thank you,
Kimberly. Thank you both so much for showing up and trusting us and letting us take good care of you. I'm glad you had a wonderful experience. I do tease and say nobody ever dies on my stage, but sometimes I really think people are afraid that they're going to. And it's just amazing to see our new speakers step up and be like, this was good. It was good. I lived through it. And now I'm on to the next one. And I think that's a very, if that happens with every speaker on my stage, I will be a blessed woman for sure. So thank you both for showing up and making it happen. Ellen Whiteside, you're up next. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
So once again, Kimberly, you are the master queen of putting on events, and you blow me away. I've done Potapalooza twice. This is my first Voices of Women. I don't know how I missed well, I do know how because I never checked my email, but I didn't sign up until I think whatever the last day was it last Friday? So it was like total last minute. And yet I was like, I'm going to do this. I want to be a part of this. And so I'm so grateful I said yes to it. And it was so great to see. I saw Julie Cotton, who I haven't seen in a long time. I knew her from the gratitude community here in Charlotte from a long time ago. And I haven't seen her. So it's good to see her just on her on stage here, and then some other people. I saw Orly and Misty Hinkle, who is amazing, and Chu, and I don't know the coffee woman's name that was from Colombia, but she was the last person I was in. I'm such a coffee addict, so it was really great getting some just coffee tips on that. So just everything was perfect. The people in your support staff are amazing. I would send a message and it would be like boom, 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 boom. It was always on point, equal. And I see Terry there looking beautiful in her pink. So she's another one that I want to do a little shout out to. So just thank you. I'm blessed that I got to spend the day with everyone today. And I'm so glad to listen to all the ones I missed since I did get VIP as well. So thank you.
Wonderful. We're glad you're a VIP. I'm so glad you stepped in on Friday. That's great. I'm sorry you missed all the other, hey, we're trying to find speakers. But I'm really glad that you found it. It was meant to be.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining. Dr. Cheryl Mizell, Lady Jane, you are amazing on so many levels. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
Oh my gosh. First, thank you so much. If I can have half of your energy, because I think there was more people like trying to choose which ones. And I was like, wait a minute, how many choices do I have for each selection? And for me, I actually worked today, so I didn't have the opportunity to see a lot of this is the first time I actually wasn't present a lot. But the ones that I did get to see, it was so amazing. I definitely wanted to see the girls, because for them to step up and be unafraid to share themselves at 9 at such a young age. I was teased and bullied. So for me, it took me a while to actually own my voice, but to actually see, so I'm definitely getting the VIP, because I definitely want to see them, and I definitely want to sponsor at least 2 next year. But thank you again for this awesome, awesome platform. And I have to actually shout out Mercy, because I think I was the last straggler. We had until March 2nd. So I think I waited until I was like, okay, I'm in New York, so I'm 3 hours behind. So my midnight is different than
people are working the system.
Different than that, because I wasn't sure. I'm like, because I was trying to figure out if I have a chance. I'm working from home. And when I tell you Mercy was on it, every email I sent when I submitted the form, she was sent me the email like she was on it, like back and forth. And so I definitely want to shout her out, and all the amazing women that I didn't get a chance to see, and the ones that I did see. Just being in this little tiny little slot here with all of you and listening to all of you, I'm like, oh my gosh, I definitely have to get the VIP, because just looking at some of your faces and just seeing how passionate you are about celebrating other women, I definitely know I'm in the right place, and I want to definitely hear your speeches. So thank you again.
Dr. Cheryl, thanks so much. I've had the privilege of meeting Dr. Cheryl in person, like many of you, and I think it makes a big difference when you can connect. You've met each other online, but we're all in little boxes. And I was at an event the other day, and somebody said, "Kimberly, you have legs." It was great. It was just totally great. Jackie Bailey, you're up next. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
Well, my takeaways are from a couple of speakers today. Christine Schickinger, sorry, is that right? And Claudia Tabuada. I really enjoyed their messages and gave me some brand new information to know about. I want to give a really big shout out. I hope she's still here, to Marty Winder Adams. She sponsored 5 youth speakers through, I know it, through my nonprofit, and that allowed those beautiful women that you saw today to be here. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Marty. I'd like to thank Angela, my tech host. She did a fabulous job. What a long day she had, and yet she was right on top of everything, very kind and courteous. Danielle, my track shared partner. Appreciate that we were able to work out some details so that we could serve all of the speakers today. I want to thank the youth speakers. They are so brave and so willing to be vulnerable with you and share their special messages. So I thank them for that. And Kimberly, most of all, thank you for giving them that opportunity, and for giving me an opportunity and all the women here to use our voices and to share our very unique messages. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Awesome. Jackie has an amazing story herself, and it is related to voice, as many of you have stories. And hers was, if you don't mind me sharing a little bit about what I know about your story,
Yeah.
she was told when some not nice things, very bad things happened to her as a young child, she was told, "Don't say a word." That message means a lot more to somebody who's been put in a position like Jackie had. And it means a lot to the rest of us who haven't been put in that position, but to be told so strongly, don't say a word, is so scary that young women are being told that in any capacity. And so I'm delighted to be able to make sure that Jackie has a good platform to be able to raise her voice when she is willing to do that, because I think her message is a powerful one as it relates to voice. So thank you for that, Jackie.
Thank you.
Sarah Naka, you are up next. Welcome to the mic. I haven't seen you in ages. So glad you're here. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
Oh, so great to be here, Kimberly. Thank you so much. I just wanted to give gratitude today because I knew I was going to be fully committed today, and I jumped in over the weekend and went, I'm just going to do it. And your tech team, Marcy, all of you guys, and I didn't even know Raj's name because it just said tech team on there. And the glitch that we had, I don't think I started until 7 minutes after, and we just rocked it. But here's the thing. Kimberly, and this is an attested to all of the women that are here, is that it still worked. It's still amazing, and it's still fantastic to see all the shout outs, to see all the connection, to see everybody just getting so excited to not only share their messages, but what we received in return. All of the excitement and the things that we're learning throughout the entire day. So I'm excited to rewatch everything. But here's the thing that I want to say, especially about the tech team, because they're so amazing that I signed up for the mini summit. That's how committed I am to take that next step. And so any of you that are out there, take that next step, whatever it is in your speaking, in your connection to your message, just do that. And so I wasn't going to say anything, but I wanted to say a shout out to Roger because he was on here earlier. So that's my gratitude today.
I am so glad you stepped up to that. It's going to be a very great, it's going to be a great experience for you. And yes, working with my team we've done over 100 summits together. They're incredible. And being able to put on, you don't have to start with 200 women. You don't. You can start with 12, and one of them is you. So you already got one. You already got your first sign up. And then it's just a matter of selecting some other great humans, and we will help you find them. And very excited to be able to get your summit listed on our platform and get you some attention on that as well. That's exciting. Thank you for letting me know. You're a great candidate for it. We're going to have a lot of fun together. And my team will take great care of you, as you know.
I'm sure they will.
B. Jensen, you're up next. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
This was fun.
Yay! If it's not fun, it's not worth doing.
No, I've been a serious student, never played when I was young, always studied it so serious. I'm saying this is time to play, and I really had fun. And most of all, from somebody who's been a Lone Ranger, it's so nice to discover the energy and the enlightenment, knowing that I'm sharing this space and growing and learning with so many wonderful, talented, heart-centered women who are out there with one cause to make a difference in the world. And it's such a powerful movement that you've created. And I thank you for this, Kimberly, and not only for, I'm sure you have done it for so long. There's such a commitment, consistency, and most of all, your team. You have the right team on board who really are united with you in terms of propelling this mission. So I do thank you and your team from the bottom of my heart, because I'm sure every one of us appreciates everything they do behind the scene. I hope they get some sleep after this, because I'm sure they were like on the go every minute, every second. And I also want to give a shout out to those that I managed to find, squeeze in, because they're trying to say, which one should I go next to?
Yes.
So I just want to acknowledge them, and I hope they get a chance to hear this. Number one is Leanne Goley, and she really helped me to understand what she considered as the neurospicy brain.
and how she really turned that around into helping us to understand and realize that what some other people perceive as a weakness is actually a strength on their part that people don't realize. And said, now I'm beginning to understand, those that I've met that didn't seem to act the way we expect them to do in the society, but actually they're more gifted and talented than we realize. So I'm thankful for that. The hypersensitive, the pattern recognition are really strengths that they bring into the table. So they're really great problem solvers. They're really emotionally intelligent, and they really can sense the dynamics of the group before anybody else, recognizes it. I also love Nikki Cruz for really reminding us that connect intentionally with joy and never be too busy for joy. Okay, and stop ghosting joy. I love that. Sharon Love inspired us on how to she turned her experience of being bullied to really go around and start learning different languages so she could speak to the world, understand the world. But most of all, she used that to really help, inspire and grow riches. And she's really so generous in sharing what she learned through all her experiences with all of us who were there, and all of us who will access her gifts. Michelle Abraham gave us a very wise ecosystem for setting up your own podcast. But what really touched me about her sharing was the fact that podcast can really be our legacy to our future generation.
Because our
She shared
voice, yeah.
on family started documenting through the podcast stories that each and every one of them had, and they used it as a thank you for their grandmother, and she loved it because she was able to hear and listen to everybody's affirmation of what they meant to her. And I want to honor Teresa Thomas. I love the meditation videos that she shared with all of us. So we can relate to the elements of life, of fire, water, and earth. And thank you for that gift. And Katrina Sao was the one who moderated my second talk. So I also want to shout out to her for really doing a great job in moderating. And of course, thank you for moderating my first talk with you. Thank you. That was such a privilege and honor. I really loved the whole experience. Thank you, everyone, for also being part of this. That's all I can say.
Oh, it was
It's a joy.
so well said, though. Ladies, thank you so much for being so kind to remember and acknowledge the people who really made a difference in your life today. And B, your talk was spectacular. I loved it. One of the things that you reminded me of that I didn't get a chance to say in Michelle's talk is legacy. And I will tell you that I don't think it was last year, but it was on the year before, I had the distinct privilege and honor of interviewing both my mother, who's 85, and my daughter, who's 27, Bridget, who just came on camera. She's one of our tech hosts. She does not like being on camera, but she will. And being able to be on a summit and in a book with both my mother and my daughter was incredible. So yes, I think Bridget, I made you turn on your camera. I love you to pieces. Thank you for being here all day. She is not in the Philippines and handling lots of tech issues as one of our tech hosts that can actually make phone calls from the US and solve problems during the day. So I truly appreciate you being here. You're amazing. Do you want to say hello to the crowd?
Oh, I just want to say thank you to everyone.
Absolutely, B.
Oh,
Bridget?
Absolutely, everybody. It's such an amazing time every single year to spend what is a wonderfully representative day with a wonderfully representative group. And it's just so amazing to spend that much time around that many amazing women. And really, I mean, we couldn't do it without you guys. We couldn't do it without our amazing interview hosts. We couldn't do it without the tech team. But we couldn't do it at all without the speakers who come and do their talks. And it's just, and obviously we couldn't do it without Kimberly, my amazing mother, who puts this all together because she had an idea that anybody else would be like, what? And she makes it happen. And it's amazing every single time. And I'm just so grateful to be a part of it in any type of way. And I love you very much, all of you.
Oh, thank you, darling. I love you too. She actually, I'm just gonna out her and say that she works in theater, but not the theater that I worked in. Like I worked out in the stage, and she was like behind the scenes, and I was like, wait, 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 come out here where the lights are and where the applause is. And my darling daughter says to me, "Yes, mom, we all in the back let you think that you're the ones that they're applauding for." Which I love. I mean, you have to love that, that shade from your own daughter. But she is an amazing theater production manager in Aventura, Florida, and I love her very much. So thank you for coming on. I know you hate that. She's also a big part of Potapalooza, and she will be there behind the scenes running the Podatorium, if you know what that is. Terry Riley, you're up next. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
Oh, thank you so much. This is so wonderful. This is my first time. And Kimberly, I just want to thank you, one, for just being obedient and walking in your purpose, which allowed all of us to walk in our purpose. Met so many heart-centered women, and the talks were amazing. Deborah, so good. Oh my gosh, it was just there are so many I can't even name. I tried to get on as many as I can, but I am VIP, so I will be able to go back and watch them all. That was a no-brainer. It's just been so good. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I really appreciate it, and I'm just really, really grateful to be a part of this. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I hope you raise your voice in 2027. We would love to hear it. Or Voices of Color. You all are welcome to Voices of Color as well. That's in October. If you're interested in that, you can put VOC in the chat box, VOC, and we can get you information on joining Voices of Color. Consuelo is still here. Consuelo, what are the dates? Can you put those in the chat box? That'd be great. Mindy Green, you're up next. Share with us your takeaways and gratitudes.
So I just first of all wanted to say it was an amazing day, and I got to host track 4 with Alana, and she just did such a fabulous job, and she made me feel comfortable. I was nervous yesterday because we hadn't touched base about who was going to cover which speaker, and so we had a great conversation yesterday evening, and so I was like, oh, okay, we can do this. So I wanted to shout out Marge, who is a fabulous tech host. She was behind the scenes and made everything wonderful. I had a few tech issues. I disappeared during a couple of speakers, and I came back in, and that's why I want to shout out LJ, who was the first speaker that I was interviewing, and she just kept on going, and she was such a class act. She didn't skip a beat, and I came back in, and it was right at the very end. I missed, maybe a minute of that, and she was just saying, well, and Mindy will be back, and then I was back, and then we wrapped it up. So thank you to Elle for that. I also had a couple of speakers that I interviewed who were new, brand new, and so I just wanted to shout them out as well because they were nervous but did such an amazing job. So I want to just say to Anka Anake that she did a wonderful job and gave such wonderful tips about how we don't have to be chained to our businesses if we're a small business owner. I took notes because my husband is a small business owner, and then also Kaylee Bronkhurst spoke from her heart and her experiences with how to live in an energetic alignment. So thank you to all the women. I don't want to just say them because everyone that I had the opportunity to interview was amazing. I was so touched by their spirit and their voices, and this is exactly what this event is supposed to be about. And they showed up very true to themselves, and I'm just so honored and humbled to have been a part of it.
Thank you. Beautifully said. I really appreciate the kind words and supporting each other. That is what this event is all about, voices of women and lifting each other up. So thank you for the shout outs of the other ladies. I'm going to call last call. I see you too. If anybody else would like to raise your hand and share one last takeaway or gratitude, otherwise we will wrap up after these amazing speakers. Susanna, you're up next, and then Sheila.
Hi. At first, I would like to thank you to Kimberly, because when I came to the call, first one, I truly felt so welcome, and I was so scared, I would say my whole life, to speak, And on the other side, this is my biggest calling from my childhood, truly to bring some change to this world. Also, I thank you to Judy Wong because she shared in a community where I am also the invitation, and it truly was like universe connected to. So I can be here with all of amazing women, and this support that I felt here is so inspiration also for me. I also like to mention and thank you to Carol met Murray because I saw her on other interviews, but her approach and heart, I was goodbye touched. And when I find out, she's my interviewer, I was so excited, and it is amazing event. I'm so grateful to be here, and thank you for every woman, everybody who supported this event, because we are making the change in the world.
Beautifully said, Susanna. Thank you so much for trusting us and lifting your voice and sharing it with our audience. We appreciate you stepping up. And my purpose in life is to create spaces where others can step up and shine. And to watch you do that, you're absolutely beautiful, amazing, love your voice. And I love that you trusted us enough to take a chance and go for it. And good for you. You are a supercharged lady. I love it. Sheila, and then Diana, and then Cheryl.
Kimberly, thank you so much. I so appreciate your mission that you just stated to make other people shine. I only decided last Wednesday when I found out about this, and I thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to do it because I knew I had a long client day, and then I thought, well, just ask. And you found a place for me in the morning so that I could do it. And I just loved being in a green room with Nicole Borgi. I realized during the interview, I've met her before. I think I talked to her sometime before, but the fact that we could just come with a title and a tagline and then not have to worry about the speech. If you know your stuff, and just have the questions come out like that. It was so spontaneous and so easy, and that made it a whole lot of fun for me. So I just thank you for that. I wasn't able to listen to many of the speakers. I did get to listen to Dawn Ray, this evening, and that was wonderful. She spoke about raising consciousness and EFT and how that helped her clear, some money issues. Just a lot of stuff for a lot of people to pick up on. So this has been wonderful, and I plan to be there with you next year as well.
I love it. I'm so glad to hear it. I'm so glad when the experience is a positive one for everyone. Thank you for sharing, Sheila. You are amazing, and I want to lift you up as well. Very, very nice job. Diana Inch, and then Cheryl.
Yeah, hi again. I just wanted to give a shout out to Bunmi Daramaja, I think.
Yeah.
And because I think I saw her on Monday morning, and she had just been like getting involved, and what she was sharing about taking care of yourself and energy, where women often give to others and forget about themselves. I just wanted to give her the talk that she gave. Listen to it. She had something called the Executive Energy Recalibration Assessment. And I wanted to show that I had like this mug that says "Find your voice."
Oh, I love it.
And I've been using it, and this is my year, the year of the fire horse. So I'm going to be getting out there and sharing. So thank you again, Kimberly.
I love it. My pleasure, Dr. Cheryl.
Judy is here, and I know she may get tired of me always saying thank you, but I wouldn't have known about this group if it wasn't for Judy Wong. So Judy Wong, every year when I'm here, I'm going to keep saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And lastly, I realized Carol, I think I'm saying her name correctly, Carol Metry. She was my the monitor, and he came into the green room. I was coming back and forth. I didn't know that I was still in my hands.
Oh,
So
Cheryl,
sorry.
I'm sorry we're catching about every other word. I think there's an internet connection challenge
Oh,
with you. You want to try again?
can you hear me?
Oh, it's still glitching. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
We would love for you to put any love in
Oh,
the chat that you have for folks. That would be great. Perhaps that will come through. We were catching just
okay.
about
Perfect.
every third word or something like that. But we're delighted that everybody stayed. Thank you so much for all your contributions today. It's been absolutely amazing. I do want to say thank you, of course, to all of our speakers. You helped make this possible, and I expect that we will be making a world record established, and would love to have you come back and bust through it next year as well with 300, 400, 500 women. That would be amazing. I would love every minute of it. I think it would be an absolute fantastic way to put a cap on this, is to outdo it again next year. So speakers, please pat yourselves on the back. You did a great job. Nobody here died. It was amazing. Great job. To our interview hosts, oh my gosh, spending the whole day with us. Most of you spent the entire day from start to finish. I know Jennifer Takagi was like the only one she was off was like her own talk, and then she was like back to back on every other talk. And most of you were. So I just want to shout out all of our interview hosts to generously give of your day so that other women can raise their voice. There is nothing there's nothing that beats that. I think that's just the greatest act of kindness and charity, and caring about other women to be able to do that. Shout out to our to my team. Yeah, I mean everybody loves you. I love you more. They're so fantastic back there, and it's a stressful day coordinating 200 of you cats and all of the attendees that can't find their links, and all of the gifts that change at the last possible second, and all of the things that happen in the background, and they handle it with grace, and they're demure and kind, and we get great feedback. And I mean, I think if I was in that hot house, I'd be screaming at everybody, and they just handle it with such grace and calm and kindness, to support the folks that are trying to share their message. And so a shout out to my entire team. Marge, I don't think is here, but Art and Alvy and Melissa and Mercy. Mercy and I are having our 10th anniversary. We have been together 10 years as of March 31st. And it's a big deal. She's been by my side, and I not only couldn't I do it without her, I wouldn't want to do it without her. She's absolutely running the team incredibly well, brings in amazing new people when we need them, trains them all, and they are kind to her and love her, because she is a great leader in our organization, and I truly, truly appreciate her. And last and absolutely not least, I would like to thank the attendees. If you came just to attend and support these women doing amazing stuff, my love to you. I mean, otherwise it would just be us talking to each other. And so the fact that the gentlemen that came and supported, and the husbands and the friends and the people who weren't speaking were just like, I'm just going to come and I want to watch and I want to support. My personal thanks go out to you. We know that it's a free event. Some of you have upgraded to VIP, and truly appreciate that. I think we have over 100 VIPs, and it's fantastic. And we want to support you as best we can, and give you all these amazing gifts and totally cool stuff. And I just wanted to thank you for showing up and supporting these women who are trying to share their stories. And with that, I think it's been a really amazing night. We are only an hour and 5 minutes over time. I love you all, but we're going to dance out of here. We'll see you hopefully next time on any of the summits, but hopefully on the 2027 Voices of Women. We'll see you then. I'm Kimberly Crow. Have a great night.